area. We're like a mom and pop's supermarket. It's got everything: meat market, fish, bakery, catering. It's us. Detachable. All right, yeah, we're gonna do a serious. I can't even talk. Serious show today. We're gonna talk about cannabis. People don't talk about cannabis. We're cutting their mics. Yo, play that thing you played last time. I won't cut you off at that last sentence. I promise. Some deep shit. What happened? Your dad was a genius, and then you.
You're funny. That was a nut.
Well, no, he wasn't a nut.
Hold this.
He's like one of my heroes. He didn't go to Vietnam. No, he went to Vietnam.
Oh, yeah, you sure did.
But because he found some good ganja in Vietnam. And they put him in the clink. Terrible.
Here we go. Anyone who lets morality stand in the way of personal success is unnatural, the opposite of virtuous, since virtue is just human excellence, a victim of dupery. Norms of behavior are laid down by whoever has the power to compel others to act as he wants them to act. And human nature, being what it is, inevitably, the holders of power make the rules so that obedience to them will tend to secure and strengthen that power. The neatest trick of all, played by power elite, is to inculcate the belief just mentioned that the rules are something more than devices for serving the interest of the rulers. It is proven daily that real political power is always concentrated in an in-group, the members of which tend to use it first and foremost to advance their own interests. Democracy is government of the madhouse by the inmates. Did you hear that? You hear what my daddy just said? He said, democracy is government of the madhouse by the inmates. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting. Thus, the highest form of generalship is to balk the enemy's plans. The next best is to prevent the junction of the enemy's forces. The next in order is to attack the enemy's army in the field. The worst policy of all is to besiege walled cities. To refrain from intercepting an enemy whose banners are in perfect order, to refrain from attacking an army drawn up in calm and confident array. This is the art of studying circumstances. Damn, Daddy. I bet he was really stoned when he wrote that shit. I hope he was. Here, I'll pass that to you. I'm going to pass you a mic. Hi, Tracy. How are you, dear? Thank you for bringing the banner. And get up on that one. Get up on that like you're in prison.
I know.
You know the deal.
Yeah, I feel like I just left prison.
Oh, wow.
I left cure crap. I had to stop by real quick, grab a couple things. And they have an express line now. I guess for, it has big sign, express line. And it's specifically
like a gas station.
Well, it almost felt like that, right? It's a separate section, says express line, and it's only for people that you have to have three things. Your cash has to be ready.
Cash.
You have to know what you want.
That's important. Cash
That's
is number one.
Number one.
Cash.
Cash.
We want the cash.
If no cash, no express,
has to
my
be
friend.
ready. You don't have to. You can't be going run back and forth to the Mac machine. You have to know what you want. Or you have to have medication on hold to go through the express lane.
Huh?
3 people went in front of me and went running back and forth from the Mac machine, weren't ready, and nobody said a damn thing. I said, that's the problem.
We're going to talk about this when we come back. We're starting the show in about 2 minutes. It's Thursday. We're in Trenton. Hi, everybody.
Everybody's high.
Bring in the boss one, I'm gonna get mine. Go do the crime, if you can't do the time, don't tell me how you're off and down. When you smile in my face, but you play me like a clown, it's your fool bitch. So just step back, I'm mad that when I come down straight. I thought you were my piece, but you play me out. Now I'm mad as hell, and I'm full of doubt. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? scene. It's time to get mean. I'm a lean revolution machine. For what people stay, they sweat. 1, 2 day is good as any day. Y'all feel slightly this, let's resist. Raise your fist and pump like this. Promises all the time. Don't cross the line, but you know it's right. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Lefty, let's roll.
Hello, guys. Get something in your rhythm. Hello, guys. Get something in your rhythm. Hello, guys. Get something in your rhythm. Hello, guys. Get something in your rhythm.
Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? Who you wanna roll with? Let's see. Let's roll. Who you wanna roll with? 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 Who you wanna roll with?
Hello.
Well, howdy there.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to Medicaid. The Ignorance is No Excuse Tour presents to you the Ignorance is No Excuse pop-up podcast at the New Jersey State House. Oh yes, starring the one, the only, Lefty Grimes.
Hello. Good morning.
And we have today's special, just for you, Tracy. Do I give him your last name?
I don't know. I have a few. So I guess you can pick.
Okay, Tracy.
Yeah.
And your friendly host, the Cannabis King. And in studio today, we have Morgan.
Morgan, yes. We
Gotta
can't
get her
forget
on the
about
mic.
Morgan.
Hi, Morgan.
I should have told you how to do
Morgan.
that shit.
Look, there's a set of headphones from. There's a set of
No Terrence.
headphones from Morgan today. Yeah, that's a little odd pulling up with no Terrence being here.
Kinda scared.
Use the other one, then you can pull it down towards you more. Yeah, there you go. Just pull it down and put it right in your face.
Just like Jill. No.
Yeah, they
No.
said you gotta act like you're stuck in a.
Yeah,
Hi, how are you?
Hi.
No.
Okay. You gotta hold it right there.
right up on it.
When you put the headphones on, it makes them.
You'll
a lot
see.
easier. Yeah.
I'm sorry, I set you up for failure.
Don't worry, they're clean.
They did the same thing to me the first
Can you
time
hear
I
me?
sat down. They
Okay.
sat me with that one. I think that's
Let me
the
fix it.
test, whether or not you get through with that. If you can make it with that mic, whether or not you get to
Moink.
come back. Yeah, I can't. Oh, man.
Your teeth got some mouth work done last night, huh?
Last night, the day before.
Oh, that was from, that's right,
they did-
710.
Yeah, and there was problems with it, and so they weren't able to put any teeth back in that they were supposed to be able to put back. So, yeah, it sucked. My face hurt so bad. I feel like somebody was just.
Somebody Mike Tyson's you, huh?
Dude, I swear to God, though, like, is my lifesaver because he is the absolute. I know he's not here. He's on a sunny beach somewhere.
It's on a sunny beach.
Yeah, he said goodbye to me as he was leaving last night. I was like, "Fuck you, dude,
Oh,
Jamaica." He's not even taking me with. I asked if I could hide in the suitcase, and I asked if I could be like the nanny or the third or whatever, you know.
Side piece. You know.
So, well, the girl, like, anyway, I'll leave that off the table.
Okie
You've
dokie.
already heard about us being in bed together, so come on.
Okay.
Whoa, no.
Anyway. Yes,
We were
yes,
talking about
cannabis.
that. Yeah, we were
Cannabis.
talking about that from
We're talking about cannabis.
the shop yesterday. The podcast on
You, Morgan,
whatever.
went
Tuesday.
to the Garden State Dispensary yesterday,
Yeah.
and you went to
Cure crap.
this morning.
Yeah,
So
that's why I'm
let's
late.
let's talk about yesterday first. Tell us, how was your experience at the Garden State Dispensary?
They had an unusually short line, which was kind of like weird at first. And then like I went in, like the minute I checked in, and I had an appointment because it's like if you get an appointment for Garden State, it's like your queue in line. So like it's not like a walk-in. But they were like, yeah, we're out of like everything, the main thing. So that's why like they said they had a really busy month, and I understand, but they need to like compensate with the fact that the program expanded.
Yeah, but yeah, what's up with that?
Because like they had nothing. They even told me they had not a lot of the strains, like a lot of the popular strains were gone. That's why it was so fast, because there was no one in there. It was shot at like 1:45 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not.
Wow.
And you had an appointment.
That's crazy.
Yeah. It's always very lively, and a lot of people in Garden State Dispensary. Like that's
Never
my
been
main
there.
dispensary. I've never been to Curaleaf.
Cure crap. That's about what you get.
But-
You get treated that way too.
I like the product at Garden State Dispensary, but if you have an appointment, I've had an appointment there and also waited long as well.
I don't like the product at any dispensary,
Oh, come on.
but it is what it is.
They have
It's not
good
as good.
products.
Not like what we get. Not like when I'm out in California. No way.
That's California. Come on. This is New Jersey. California is practically, it is legal out there.
Yeah, no shit. And I'd be out there if we didn't have better doctors out here. So sucks.
It does suck.
I am a California girl. I need to go home. I miss Peg. She's only been gone for 2 days. I miss her. I'm going through stoner withdrawal, like major stoner withdrawal from my stoner. And I don't know. I don't think I've ever known anybody to be able to smoke that much weed themselves.
You know
And
me.
Can you smoke a quarter in 2 days by yourself?
Easy.
Yes. He can.
Okay.
He can.
Yeah, but you guys can still stand. Like she's 5'7".
Still stand.
She's not like a big girl by it. Like she's
Big girl.
She's taller than me, but other than that, like I mean, she's top heavy, and they're natural too, which is nice. So,
Oh my God.
I love her to death. She's my girl.
She's my girl.
She is. It's okay.
All right, so let's talk. What are we talking
Yeah,
about?
so we were talking about whatever.
Really?
We're talking about Garden State not having any
What did you
products
leave with?
yesterday. Yes.
Yeah, what
did you
did you
get
get?
anything at all?
Well, I only was really going there for an eighth of shake because I'm going to Breakwater and I want to have like save my money for Breakwater experience. 'Cause,
Ooh. Morning
it's
call
my
in.
first time going to Breakwater tomorrow. It was a month and a half long wait, so I'm keeping that appointment.
Oh, yeah, I would too.
Like,
Brother,
Let's test the phones out. Steve, you're on the air.
good morning.
Are you on speakerphone? Take me off speakerphone.
I see,
Are you on speakerphone?
I see you on the air, but I can't comment on that page. I don't know why. I gotta hit like, put something in.
Is that Steve Garfunkel or
Steve-
Garfinkel?
Steve Demko.
No, it's not Steve Garfunkel.
Steve Demko.
Oh.
Hi, Steve.
Stevie,
The other
Hey,
one's
kid,
cool
what's
too.
up?
Though, so.
how are you today?
Yeah, I just wanted to tell you something. A lot of chit chat going.
What?
Did you hear me?
No.
No. You take me off speakerphone.
No. You what?
Are you on speakerphone?
No, you know what it is? You catching feedback off of what you're working with.
All right, go ahead. Talk, and I'm going to turn my mic down. Go ahead.
No, a lot of people are talking about the way they were treated in Asbury Park at that fest at the hotel. That they were out smoking, for taking and all that. You know about all that.
All right.
Okay, we don't know.
I know what you're talking
in
about.
and out.
I know what you're talking about.
Go ahead. Let's.
Asbury didn't allow people to smoke. Asbury Hotel. We should give the Asbury Hotel a call because they stopped the patient from using their medication, but they allow opiates.
It was a few patients, though. It was more than one, from what I understand. It
Did they
seems
have
to
hotel
be.
rooms?
They did have hotel rooms. As far as from what I understand, at least the one patient had a hotel room. I'm not sure about all of them, but the one I think it says right on there that they had a hotel room because they were staying for the weekends.
I actually went and called the ACLU, and guess what? Afforded no protection because we're illegal at the federal level, so ADA doesn't apply.
Oh, so ADA doesn't apply because it's illegal at the federal level.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
Exactly.
No, I was told that too, though. I actually was told that by
so they can do whatever they want.
No.
Yeah, you're allowed to be a commie and a fake Christian in this country. You're allowed. That's perfectly legal to hate on troops, to hate on cancer kids and people with epilepsy. It's perfectly legal to do that. So
ADA does not apply, but the state laws in the state that you live in do apply. So being that they were legal patients, they had no right to throw them out that way. Or to tell them that they were not allowed to medicate because it is just like any other medication.
Let's give them a call.
So
I don't know.
But what I'm saying under the ADA, you're afforded no by a federal law. You know what I mean? That's proper.
Yeah, Steve, I can't really hear you. You're breaking up really bad. You can try calling back because I can't really hear you, man. Sorry.
All right. Sorry, bro.
I totally get what he's talking about. It's where we're stuck in between the fact that because it's still Schedule 1 and it's considered cocaine, crack, heroin, whatever, where it's still looked on as although we are legal patients and we have certain rights under the ADA because it's still a federally illegal substance. It's the same thing with taxes. We can't deduct it on our taxes because it's a federally illegal substance.
You're not going to like my answer.
That's the double standard. It's bullshit.
I don't know about that. I don't know if that's bullshit.
Well, I mean,
if I own a place and I own the property, now I don't want people doing stuff on it, such as smoking pot, which I mean that's not going to be me, but I'll tell you, I don't want people drinking.
What happens when somebody dies from a drop seizure, because they couldn't use their cannabis in their hotel?
Well, see, that's what we're talking about, though. We're talking about patients that were denied,
somebody who's
not
having
just
a drop
people
seizure.
that were smoking.
Here, this is America, though.
And this is where we have the problem is the ADA is to cover patients.
Where places will let you do that. It's that simple.
Well, I get that's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It's
not bullshit. Nah, I'm not playing that game. I'm not playing that. When I go to freaking Maine,
ding, 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 ding.
Nah, this is America, dude. This is America. When I go to Maine, where freaking marijuana is legal, okay, I still can't smoke it in any freaking hotel.
I get that. But
you get that. You get
as
that.
A patient, though,
as a patient, I can't either.
Okay.
As a patient, I can't either.
Okay, but
if I can't smoke in a building, they don't care.
Any way, shape,
You're not listening.
Form.
You're not listening. You can't smoke in the building. That's simple. If you want to take your FECO and you want to take your edible, be my guest.
But they're not saying that. They're saying no at all.
They're saying, yeah, don't smoke. Don't smoke because we can't smoke.
What are they saying?
No marijuana products at all.
Wait, no.
How the hell are they going to know?
Are they saying that? Are they really saying that?
That is what they're saying.
All right, let's call it.
I think you're misconstruing. I think you're misconstruing what they're saying.
All right, let's call them.
Smoking correct in the room, I agree with you. If you can't smoke a cigarette in the room, I'm there with you. I'm there with you. Take your ass outside or whatever. But this particular patient, I believe, was outside.
Doesn't
in
matter.
the
It's their
smoking
property.
area.
It's their
But if
property.
they're outside in a smoking area, you can smoke
It's
cigarettes.
still
Then
their
legally,
property.
they're
It
they're
doesn't
a legal
matter.
patient.
We got kicked out of the social out in Trenton. Weed man, myself, Lefty, we got kicked out of there. And we were outside smoking. The guy's like, yo, this is my place. I own the property. I don't approve of that. Sorry. You know what you got to say?
No.
As much as he's an asshole, you got to say,
Yeah,
okay.
but that's illegal. What he did illegal because if
Can I
you're
make a point?
if you are
All
a
right, really.
patient,
Go ahead. Go ahead, Steve.
If there's an ashtray, who are they to say you can't smoke? Who are they to say you can't smoke? That's crazy.
It's their property, though.
it is their property.
It's private property.
What if there's an ashtray?
It's private. It doesn't
It doesn't
matter.
matter. If there's no
Area.
smoking, there's no
So
smoking.
what if there's a crack pipe there?
Right,
What if there's a crack pipe on the ground?
I agree with you on
Some
that
chore
one,
boy.
Wayne,
You know,
I'm
come
right
on,
there
man.
with you. But I don't in this situation, this patient, I believe, at least in one of their circumstances, the patient was outside smoking.
The
Where
patient should have used their
cigarettes-
head, and they should have went to the owner of the hotel.
What are they gonna say
or
next?
the
You can only
manager.
smoke
Do you
Newport?
know how
Wait,
many
hold-
patients know to do that?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Hold on.
you should.
Steve, go
Yeah,
ahead.
you should, but they don't because people are
Hold
sheeps
on,
and
hold
they
on.
listen to
Okay,
what they're
Steve,
told and they
Steve,
don't
go
do
ahead,
their
Steve.
own work.
Steve, go ahead. Steve, go ahead. You got 2 seconds between Tracy taking a breath. Hurry up. Dude,
What are they gonna say next?
dude, your phone is horrible.
Yeah, Steve, you gotta
Dude,
go. We
who's
love
the
you.
bigger douche?
We got a-
Steve, who's the bigger douche?
We got a question for you.
We got a question for you.
I
Steve,
get,
get a
I
new
get,
phone, man.
Oh,
I
that
get
phone
the
was horrible.
public, I get the private property. I get, but as a patient, we do have rights,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
we have the
Yeah,
right
you know
to
what the right is?
medicate.
Get off the freaking private property and go right next door or right off the property and go in a public area and do it.
Yeah, but if they stop you
that's-
there too,
that's the law.
then what are you supposed to do?
Do you realize in New Jersey, we're the only friggin' state in America where you could smoke, medicate in public? Do you realize that? You can't do that anywhere
That's true.
else.
That is true.
And you're
Yeah.
going to cry
Yes.
that you can't do it in someone's private property? I
Yeah.
don't think that's fair.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as
No.
a patient,
You know what
I
you
am.
do?
As
No.
a patient,
You know what you
I am
do?
No, I
because
agree.
know
Well,
at
then what
times
you
that
do
I
is-
need to
You get them to
smoke.
assault you.
there you
Oh.
go.
But you're already salty as it is.
As
Oh, you mean us? salty.
maybe it's I don't know, maybe it's us lefties, but you know, as patient, I want to be able to take the medication the way that I want to take it, where I want to take it, when I
That's
want to
right.
take it, how I
Yeah.
want to take it,
Yeah.
just like I would with anything else that I take.
Yeah.
Man,
Exactly.
Amen.
if they
There.
took that to the Supreme
Done.
Court, you'd probably win. It sounds like abortion rights, you know? You just want to do whatever the hell you want to do. It's not that way.
No,
Sorry.
it's not that way. You're right. It's
You know?
not. But for patients, it should be.
Yeah, well, no. If you're on my property, don't try to smoke your
Guess
weed
what?
on my property.
Are you
If you're a
Christian? Are
patient,
you a
you
Christian
can come
property?
to my
I'm
house.
a fake Christian.
You're a fake Christian then.
Yeah, I am.
So this
I'm
Asbury
a
Park.
Oh
cafeteria
wait, didn't
Catholic.
he say that he was a Jew the other day when we were busting on Dan?
I'm
He's
part
like,
of
don't
everything.
bust on my people. Like,
I've been to a temple a couple times.
yes, so have I.
I've been to more Catholic churches than temples. But yeah,
I grew up going to Catholic church.
I've
so
been
yeah,
to
I get
Lutheran
it.
churches,
Yeah, me
Southern
too.
Baptist churches.
I've been there too.
I've been to satanic churches.
Oh no, you have?
Just one.
Where? What? When?
It's like it's
Why? Where?
Wiccan churches.
Wait, what?
You
Wayne?
never went to like a
It's like 2
Wiccan
towns
church
away.
before?
Cutter Mike,
wait,
damn
wait, I want to know, Wayne, what happened?
it. I went there and there was no mass, there was no service. It was just like new age thinking. They were just like, yeah, just spend time here, read all the books you want to read. And I'm like, oh, you got
And
books
just
here?
Think.
And then I was like
have
reading the
peace.
books, like how to
No, it's,
yes,
it's,
it was
it's
Luciferian. They actually had upside down crosses, stained glass on the outside. Like everyone knew, like, yo, something's not right with this place. So I had to investigate.
It is a Wiccan.
I was there twice,
It is
and
a
I
Wiccan
had to go. This
temple.
the first time was awesome. They didn't a church that didn't ask for money. I swear to God, they wanted your soul, but they didn't ask for money. They were.
The Wiccans just want blood.
Wow.
It was weird. The second time,
Screw your soul. They just want blood.
the second time. They were like, "Yeah, you ready to make a pact?"
A pact?
And that's what I was like,
Yeah.
"A pact? Sure. What do I got to do?
yeah.
Sign?" It's like,
no,
we're gonna draw
like,
some
you
blood."
gotta do like.
And then that's I was like, no, I got to go back to church.
You don't know
Yes,
anything.
swear to God.
Do I have to school you guys on what Wicca is?
Please.
Really?
Is this what we're going to do today? Talk about Wicca or cannabis?
Well, we're talking
Oh,
about.
now you want to talk
cannabis.
about cannabis?
I don't know how far I want to go with this. But.
It's
Hey, Sensei Motormouth. Let's talk about stuff that matters.
good because I don't want.
You went to Cure a Leaf today.
Cure Crap today. Yes.
You were there today.
Today, this morning. That's why I was late.
Did you have an appointment?
I did not. I was walking like regular, and they
That's what
opened
I'm
at
saying.
10.
Why do they play
open
this game?
At 10 o'clock. Okay, they open at 10 o'clock.
Look,
I
you
was
have
there
to you have
at
to call up.
9:50.
You have to call up. You
I
have to
was
have like
there-
at least a month time.
I was there. At
Look at her. Well, how about
9:50.
you?
The
How about you,
whole
Morgan?
parking lot was full.
When you went to your Garden State Dispensary, what did you just walk in today or yesterday? Up on the mic, baby.
It was really fast because they didn't have products. So
Did you have an appointment?
Yeah, I did have an appointment.
How long did it take? Would you call him that day and say, "Hey, your appointment's 2
I
o'clock
made
today"?
the appointment like 3 hours before I went because
Not bad. Not bad.
yeah, it's really not that bad.
And
Now your
then you
breakwater
just walk
appointment
in.
was how long?
But they didn't. It
A
was
month.
my to get into breakwater. It's been like a month and a half.
Month
since
and a
I
half.
Yeah,
had the
mine's not until
appointment.
next
Month
week.
and a half.
I
They must
made it,
have the
like, 3
best
weeks
weed in New
ago.
Jersey.
They've got like I don't know what it is. It seems like it is because I mean my appointment I made it over 3 weeks ago and it's not until like next week. So it's like a week and a half from now. It's actually not next Thursday. It's the following Thursday because I'm leaving here and going there.
There's crazy waiting lists because they can't compete with supply and demand. They open up the program, so there has to be more dispensaries. They have to like start opening them.
Well, I mean, cure crap, and I'm never ever going to change calling it that, especially because
I'll
today they
George will come back and you'll be like,
no,
Oh,
George,
George,
you know what?
that's
I
a pretty
asked for
tie.
George today. I
like
asked for
that
George
tie.
today because I was so
"That's a
pissed
beautiful
off.
shirt."
I was so pissed off. What the F are you doing with an express lane with the sign that says this lane
Huh?
is
Whoa, whoa,
only
whoa, whoa,
for
whoa,
these
whoa, 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 whoa.
people?
Whoa, stop. Motor mouth. Let me direct you. So you went today without a walk-in. I mean, as a walk-in.
Yeah, just like
No
normal.
appointment.
You don't need an appointment there.
And what happened? What's
They
this
have an
express lane?
express lane. They have in their new facility, this new, huge 16,000 whatever square foot facility. They have
Man,
two
hold on.
sections
I
now.
got one more question. Does it have a ramp for wheelchairs?
Yes,
So it is wheelchair accessible.
yes, it is.
All right, so that's cleared up.
Yes, it is. Whoever
Some-
said it wasn't, they
Okay,
didn't.
good.
They apparently didn't follow the sign that says wheelchair access.
Sweet. Okay, so go ahead.
So,
So you went in there.
went in. They now have two sections. You used to just go. in
What,
one big thing.
recreational and medical?
No, they have two sections now. They have one called Express Lane, and it's like grocery store 10 items or less. Like you got to be ready to go. Like your cash has to be ready. You have to know exactly what it is that you want, or you have to have medication there waiting for you to use the Express Line. That's the only way you can go through it. 3 people in front of me went through this Express Lane and ran back and forth to the Mac machine. The one chick did it twice, and then. Yeah, I'm big mouth,
I
motor
would
mouth.
have been pissed off.
Oh yeah, I
Hell
was
yeah.
pissed off because I was trying to get here. So I was pissed, and I was like, why would you have? And I asked for George. I said, is he here today? Because I want to talk to him. Because why would you have an effing express lane?
It's for ableists, people without wheelchairs, maybe.
Well, no, I mean they had it. It was wide enough for a wheelchair. There's a gentleman behind me that was
Okay.
in a wheelchair, so that's the express lane was fine for that. Like I knew what I was getting, so I was ready to be in and out. I liked that. I was okay. I didn't care about patient contact today, patient care contact today, because I knew what I wanted and I needed to get the in and out. And these people took longer than the 4 people that were in the regular line. The 3 people in the express lane took longer than those people going through the whole, this is what I want. Do you have this? And let me see that. Let me look at this. Blah, 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 blah. I was like, are you kidding me? What the F do you have an express lane for if you're not going to follow the directions?
You're on the air
The
with Sativa
unexpressed
Cross.
lane.
Hey, this is James. I'm with Phoenix, Arizona, guys. Can you guys hear me?
Sure can.
All right, cool. First, I want to say to you guys that I really appreciate all you can do for the cannabis community. And I'm really sorry about what I saw happen at that wheelchair place with you getting shoved down, man. I'm really sorry about that.
Thank you.
People out there that are just
hurtful. Yeah.
Shouldn't be store owners or even to deal with people. But I wanted to go back to the topic of smoking in places, you know, like smoking in other establishments. Like when you go out to, I went to Oregon and I was asked not to smoke in their building, so I had to smoke away from the building. I just want to know, why is it that our rights are more important than their rights?
Our rights to relieve ourselves of our cancer symptoms and their rights to give themselves cancer with tobacco. Who rights are more important?
What I'm saying is why is it our rights are more important than theirs? They have the right to turn us away.
We're patients. That's why our rights are more important, because we are patients. We're not getting stoned just to get stoned because we feel like it.
Right.
But it's still federally against the law. So they have the right to refuse service to anybody, correct?
Yes, they do.
So why should we push our rights upon them if we don't want to accept their rights?
Amen. Amen to that.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
I'm with you. I'm with you. A lot of the liberal, and I don't mean liberal, I mean liberal stoners. I mean the, you know what I mean? Compared to the conservative. A lot of the liberals, please, some of them actually believe that marijuana, cannabis should be free. I
mean, hey, I think that.
Exactly. See what I'm saying? You know, like some of their thoughts are just so whacked out. And I'm sorry. As a patient, sure, yes, I understand that I have to. Did he hang up?
No, I'm not. I never hung. No, I wouldn't hang up on you.
We got another call coming in, but that's okay. Good. Keep going.
As a patient, I believe that, you know, we should have the right to medicate, but at the same point in time, owners should have rights. You know, if you're a property owner and you don't want certain things happening, like, hey, my place, you bring alcohol? Nah, get the hell off. I'm a food store. I don't want alcohol.
Exactly.
I don't want it there.
Because, like, in my house, I accept marijuana in my house. If you don't want marijuana near you, then don't come to my house.
Exactly.
It's the same as if I go to someone else's house that says that they don't want marijuana in their house, then I just won't go to your house. It's my right to say, no, I don't want service at that place.
Amen.
Just as they have the right to tell me they don't want to serve me.
Exactly. And until, you know, we live in this reality where it is federally illegal, and sure, you know, businesses can hide under that, but still, it doesn't matter. They got to follow the law.
They have and a lot of these businesses, the way I look at it, a lot of these businesses are protecting themselves because of it being federally illegal. At any point, the federal government can come down and shut down these businesses and take you to jail. So they're protecting you as well as themselves.
Exactly.
So I heard you guys really getting into that debate. I just wanted you guys to know that, I mean, I'm for cannabis rights. I'm an Arizona medical patient. I'm right there with you guys. I love the fight that you guys do, but I'm with you guys. I'm with the big dude on this one, man. He says that,
that's me. I'm the big dude.
Hey, you know what? We have to take care of this, man, the right way. Everyone's rights matters.
Exactly. You know, and you know, it's like, I hate to say this, but I was in this program once, and part of the program was like, for instance, whenever you ate, you have to like weigh your food and stuff. And the whole point is, in order to, like, you know, do that, you have to foresee things. For example, you know, like if you went to a restaurant, how do I know they're only going to have like a half a pound a piece of chicken? Well, I got to bring my scale. I got to make sure, you know. My point being, like, if you're going to, hey, I got to go to Ocean City, Maryland, I'm going to be in this hotel where I can't legally medicate. You know, I can't smoke cigarettes or I can't smoke my medicine, but damn, I tell you what, I'm going to have edibles. I'm going to have tinctures. I'm I'm gonna have
Because nobody can tell
Pico.
if you're eating edibles, and that was your point. I understand your point on edibles. If nobody knows if you're eating the edibles.
You know, you don't
So
smell
if you're
funny.
eating and if you take your edible, if there's no smoking on the property, then fine, bring edibles. Like you said, you can still medicate with your edibles, and nobody is the wiser because they're your edibles. Unless you tell them, "Hey, I'm getting high off of these," nobody knows.
Amen.
I know people who say that they know me because they spend time around me, but they don't spend a lot of time around me. They can tell when I've medicated and when I haven't, whether it's been an edible, vaping, smoking.
Yeah.
Regardless, they can say
It doesn't matter.
you know.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it
They
doesn't matter
can't.
what
They
their
can't smell
opinion
you.
is if they don't know that. If they can't smell it, if they can't pinpoint it, they can't deny you service just because you're under the influence of cannabis. I mean, and not to mention that would be people that know you. These are people that don't know you. The people that know you will accept you the way you are.
Exactly.
Either that, or you got some fucked up friends.
Amen to that.
I know I got some.
Say, I'm friends
I
with
just wanted to
Lefty.
let you guys know that I do follow you guys. I'm James, and I'm with Stoner Nation Pay It Forward. We are also another group that just puts out that positive vibes like you guys do out here, man. I really do appreciate all you guys do for the cannabis community. And like I said, I was really sorry to see you get pushed on your back like that, man. And then some people even making fun of it like it was something to joke about, man. You have back issues, and it really, I can tell that hurt, bro.
Now
And
he's
that
got
cop was wrong. That cop was wrong.
hang
He
up on
should have
him.
arrested that lady.
I got
Yeah.
a question for him.
Yeah.
He should have arrested her. That was if you would have assaulted her, if the roles were reversed and
Oh
you
my
would have assaulted
God.
her,
Oh,
you would have went to jail.
big time.
But because
She says that he
assaulted
did.
you, and it was a girl assaulting a man, she sits there. I saw the way he looked at you and laughed it off like it was some type of joke, and that was no joke, man. I really hope that you do press charges because you have the video and you have a lot of people standing behind you, man. You press charges against her and the state for not doing their job.
Oh wow.
Much
Whoa.
love to everybody out there in the stoner world, man. Thank you guys.
That escalated quickly.
I'm gonna let you guys know.
James, thank you so much, man.
Come on, man. Yeah,
I appreciate
thank
it. I'm not gonna hang up on James.
Oh, you
No.
wussy.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You hang up on me, but you won't hang up on me.
Exactly. Tell her.
Next
I thought,
time I will.
yeah, I thought it
Tell
was
her,
one
Tracy.
of those like a
Next
sign
time.
of love.
Next
like,
time I will.
You know, if you get hung up on, it's like a good. Isn't that what you told me?
It
It's
is.
like that. It's just more bullshit.
It's just BS.
It's
This
BS.
guy.
Let's call the Asbury Hotel. Let's call the Asbury Hotel and see what they have to say about this.
They're gonna say
What are you? Are you digging at the table over there?
Asbury.
Greetings from the Asbury. This is Georgia.
Yeah, this is Lefty Grimes. You're on the. Oh, go ahead.
hi. We'd like to get a hotel room.
You're on the air.
Hello.
Sure, we can help you with that.
Yes, I'd like to get a hotel room. Do you have smoking rooms available?
Yes, we do.
Oh, you do. You have smoking rooms available. Oh boy. Yes, I need to get a hotel room with smoking. I got to smoke.
Wait, what's the policy on cannabis, though?
We didn't get to there yet.
I need to know.
You suck.
Yeah, we don't allow that.
You don't allow what?
What, cannabis?
Yeah, we don't.
But I'm a New Jersey medical marijuana patient. I mean, I really wouldn't give a shit, but geez, you have smoking rooms. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I want a smoking room.
You allow tobacco.
so-
Can we smoke our medicine and use our medicine?
They won't know. They won't know. We'll just get a smoking room.
Oh, just a smoking room then. Never mind what we just said. Just
Yes.
never mind that. We would just want a smoking
We
room.
want a smoking room.
No cannabis. We'll smoke tobacco.
No,
Just
we're
for you.
smoking tobacco.
No, just for you. We'll smoke
Tobacco's
tobacco.
dangerous.
We'll make you happy. We'll smoke
All right.
tobacco.
How much is a room? A smoking room?
So the rate doesn't like change any.
Oh, cool. So we could smoke nonsense. This is beautiful.
All right. Wait, do you allow cannabis on the premises? Like if I had brownies, if I had a bunch of brownies, would that be okay? Because I'm a patient. I need to know.
Would you like Would you like a brownie?
No, I'm sorry. I think I would have to ask the manager about that.
Can we speak to a manager, please? Yeah, that would be better.
Sure.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah, this poor girl. I mean, come on, you know.
Well, hold on.
Go ahead.
Now this is just like stupid. I didn't know you could smoke in the fucking place.
You can smoke in the room.
Like, who? Why? Then why did they smoke? You see here. Here's the cannabis. Here's the stoners' problem. They could have smoked in a friggin' room, but instead they went outside. Hello, my name is Lefty. Are you kidding me? Like, for real? So maybe patients got to use their heads. You know, if you could, the girl, lady just said we could get a room, we could smoke in there. End of story. Instead, you guys want to, hey, let's go by the front. So everyone that comes into this hotel is like, yo, man, this is a weed smoking hotel. Where's this manager? What the hell is this manager doing? Oh, she's probably like, yeah, they got a bunch of stoners. I want to know if they could medicate or master, or I don't know.
He's smoking. He's smoking a stogie right now.
Killing me. I should have stayed home. If not for that damn Sativa cross banner.
Oh, thank you for the
and
banner,
you
Tracy.
Stoners leaving it in West Berlin. And
hard.
Eric leaving me to get.
No, I got a call coming in. A call failed.
Yeah, call failed. That's a hang up.
That was a hang up? I'll call back. Let's make sure that was okay. Hi, Rich.
Barry, we'll be with you shortly.
Greetings, me Asbury. This is Georgette.
Yeah, hi. This is Lefty Grimes. You're on the air. I was on hold for a manager. Can you put me through to a manager, please?
Yes, I can. Just give me one moment.
Sure. We got disconnected.
Okay, no problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm keeping you guys off. Hi, Rich.
Hey. Just gotta do like I said, bro.
Use my, what? Use my head. Yeah, talking to the mic.
The best part is you know what to do now. From now on, you can smoke your medicine at the Asbury Hotel. Just get a smoking room. End of story. Please, you know, if you need to medicate, do it in your room. Don't do it right out in front of the. Are you kidding me? Don't do it right out in front of the hotel entrance. Be a little discreet, people. That's all. I mean, after all, Asbury, the city, is very cannabis friendly.
They keep hanging up.
They hung up on you?
I don't know. We got disconnected again. It looked like a call came in from
engine number 9. Pick it up. Pick it up.
Why do we keep getting disconnected?
Because they don't want to talk to you.
Asbury, we'll be with you shortly.
Hello, Georgette.
I want to smoke cannabis in Asbury Park. Oh, here we go.
Greetings, Lee Asbury. This is Mike.
Hi, Mike. This is Lefty Grimes. You're on the air. I got disconnected before. I need to know your policy.
Okay.
I'm a medical cannabis patient here in New Jersey, and I need to know what your policy is when I come down there. How do I use my cannabis? Because you have smoking rooms, but you don't allow cannabis smoking. Is that what the deal is?
Actually, none of our rooms are smoking. The whole hotel is non-smoking.
Oh.
Not to say that you can't smoke like outside or
Oh, I didn't know that.
In the rooms.
I thought you had smoking rooms available. If I had to, no.
No, we do not.
Oh, so you don't allow any smoking in the hotel? Okay, that's good to know then.
Correct.
What about if I bring my cannabis in another form, in like a brownie? Is that okay? If I bring brownies?
Of course, yeah. As long as it's not, as long as you're not smoking, in the room.
Okay, fair enough. Thank you, Mike. Thanks for clearing that up.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay.
Bye. Oh, not a problem. You got it.
Have a news day.
Here, I got a question for you, Mike.
We lied to. Next time,
no.
Don't you ever cut my mic.
No.
Yeah.
Mike lied to us, bro.
He didn't lie.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Well, we'll call back. How do we know that there's no smoking allowed or there's smoking allowed?
Okay, every time I've been to the Asbury, and I'm there quite frequently because I do produce some shows that go on there.
Okay.
The staff there has been incredibly polite about it. Like, hey, I get it, but if you wouldn't mind taking it away from the front of our building, we're not trying to be discriminatory, but other guests and some of the people who go there are not as open-minded as some others, and I'll put it to you that way. And all it really does is create havoc for those people working the desk. I know it's not fair to us, but on the same hand, they're running a business. So what I've done is when I go there for an event, I'll go right up to the security guy and say, hey, look, I treat my multiple sclerosis with cannabis. I'm not here to bust your balls. Where's a good spot for me to go where I can take care of myself?
See what I'm saying?
And you don't get in any trouble or get any static. And they've been real cool.
Good.
Pardon me. They've been very cool about it.
See what I'm saying?
You can
way
do that
cool
down.
about it.
I do that at whenever I go to any concerts in
Absolutely.
Camden, Philly, any of them that I go to. When I go right up to the gate, the first thing I do right as they go through security is I say, can I speak to a security manager?
Very smart.
They right away, and I tell them like, yeah, you're gonna find my medication on me, but it's medication. Here's my ID, and just tell me where to go, and that's where I'll go.
Exactly.
And then I've never been given a problem. And I go to concerts all the time.
All the time.
Yeah.
Well, I think at least in Asbury Park and the surrounding areas,
I don't really go there, but
they've really just come around about cannabis in general, as far as the towns are concerned. As long as you're not blowing it in their face or doing it in their establishment where they can get in trouble, literally, they can get shut down that night if they allow you to do it. So, you know, we got to find a compromise or something in the middle that works for everybody. And I find being upfront and honest with the security people and or the management there gets me way further than trying to do a sneak toke in the back parking lot. They just hate that
Deja
shit.
vu. Didn't I say that about a half hour ago?
Well, damn, Wayne, you and I've got this psychic thing
you
going
missed
on,
it
brother.
No. You know what these
we
people were saying?
These
We're
people.
patients.
We're
should
people
smoke
too.
wherever we want to smoke. Good.
No, that's
We're
not what you were
patients.
saying. You were saying
Smoke
that
the
you
evil
can
cannabis.
smoke a cigarette. We should be able to medicate as patients.
In a public,
That's what we were saying.
In a public place.
Yes.
Absolutely.
That's
You
what I
smoke
was
weed at
saying.
Barini's Old World Market, I'm gonna kick your ass. I'll probably take your weed first, but you know.
Well, maybe. Well, maybe if you change your policy to like, if I sample that and make sure it is of my quality standards, then we could avoid an altercation here at Barini's.
Actually,
World Market, Morristown,
as long as you
best
like,
fucking place on earth.
if you
Thank
give
you.
me the weed, you know, if you're like, hey, here, smoke some, then I'll just
Try
be like,
this,
okay, let's
man.
go outside. Let's go outside. Let's not smoke inside. That's all. You know what I'm saying? None of this. I'm a fucking patient. I want my rights. And I want free weed too, God damn it.
Well, those
You
would be
and that
great goals to
fuck
aspire to. The
compromise
free
can
weed
go
part
right
I'm down
there.
with, man.
I'm telling you, man, let's just be happy. We're the only place where we can smoke in public. You can't even do this shit in California. Right now, we'd be locked up. Do you get that? And here, they can't do shit in there.
And guess what,
I
baby?
don't
You're
know,
going to
man.
the wrong places
I've
in
been out to
California.
California, and I pretty much was
I was going to
did
say,
whatever
you're
the hell I
going to the
wanted. They're
wrong
way
fucking
more
places.
liberal.
Oh,
if that's
yeah.
a word we could use. They're way more progressive in their. Oh, that's another word that people
Trust
don't
me.
like.
Whatever.
If
Maybe
you're a
they're
minority
just okay, kind
and you're
of
in
folks, and they
California,
get it, all right.
They're arresting your ass, okay?
Oh, yeah,
Trust
you
me.
you are a pretty white boy, but
If you're
you know,
Tyrone and you're smoking in the middle of the street, yeah, Tyrone's getting locked
Well, you
up.
know what? You do have a
That's
point.
not-
I think I may have been taking advantage of white privilege, even though I wasn't really trying to. You know what I mean? It just happens that way. It's not my idea.
No. I'm just saying, like, we
Fucking
use
A,
our
right?
heads.
Right?
yeah, but see, out there, I'm not considered a white girl. Like, no, out there, I'm as dark as a lot of the
No, you're not. Don't stop
a
that.
lot
shit.
of the Mexicans I am,
that shit.
especially the ones in my family. How
Stop
about
that.
that?
That's what they go. Oh, you're Italian. That's different. No, it's not. No, it's not. Okay.
Those Italians, they are different.
maybe that
God
shit,
damn it.
maybe that was different like 50 years ago, like back in the 60s and stuff. But no, we're
The
white.
60s.
I'm American
I would think
Indian,
more like
I'm
the late
Irish.
70s, man.
Who's
Bro,
that?
bro.
What boy?
About time.
Hey,
About time.
cruising by.
He's on a bike
Oh,
today.
Terrence.
I'm
Terrence,
scared
what's up,
now.
my brother?
Our boy Terrence.
I'm scared.
Everyone who loves Terrence, raise your hand.
Terrence.
Oh, right
Just
on,
put up
man.
my
As
hand.
long as he
Look,
doesn't touch
man,
me.
you have fans, my brother.
I just hope he didn't steal the bike. That's the scheme they got.
Nah,
here in
he
Trenton.
borrowed it without
Yeah.
permission. There's a difference.
Yeah, they borrow it without permission and they give it to
There
the
is a
pawn
difference.
guy.
A big one, you
That's
know.
a nice one too.
It's a mongoose. Shit, that goes
A
for like 40
mongoose.
bucks. 40 bucks pawned.
Mongoose, is that a sativa or indica?
Wow. It's a hybrid.
It's a hybrid.
What's up, Terrence? Good morning. How are you?
Terrence, top of the morning.
Say good morning, everyone. Hi, Terrence.
Yo, Terrence, what's up, my boy?
Nice bike you got there.
Is it yours? Is it legit?
He's
It's
not
not
answering.
stolen,
He's not
right?
answering.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit!
All right, silence, Terrence.
Don't ask questions you don't want answers.
Uh-oh.
Ask me no questions. I'll
You
tell
don't got
no
a mic for
lies.
Terrence? Okay, Terrence, you might have to. You mind if we like? Oh, here, just put that over here and put that there. And
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Or good
Mr. G.
afternoon. I'm not sure. I just woke up.
You just woke up. Holy
You're late.
smokes!
I found a roach and I smoked it, and it was Buddha bud.
Buddha
It
Bud.
wasn't bud. I went to sleep.
It wasn't Bud.
Nope.
That
It
was
looked,
Buddha
it looked
bud.
like bud, but it was Buddha.
Are you sure it was like
It
an
was
insect,
synthetic.
or was it the other kind of roach? You know, the kind we like.
Nah, it wasn't. It was synthetic marijuana.
Oh, synthetic's
Oy.
no good.
Yeah.
Synthetic, that's like Russian roulette, bro, with your brain.
I tasted it. And I was like, you know what? I'll take.
Man,
none
there
of
is
it.
so much fine cannabis that is
It works,
easily
you know,
accessible.
it-
Should you be in the
it
program?
takes away
Well,
all these
kinda fine anyway.
dope heads are
Maybe a
smoking
little
Buddha
sometimes.
now to get off of dope, and
Right on.
I'm happy for them. They're Buddha butt heads and now. I think I liked my buddy more when he was a heroin addict. He worked. He did things.
Oh,
He,
Jesus. Well, hold on. He does have a point.
about heroin addicts?
Well, you ever like hang out with heroin addicts? They're clean. They're
You know,
very clean, and they don't
They
stop
take
cleaning.
showers at least, man. Come on, brother.
No, but
We're
real
people, you know.
real heroin addicts are
Real
the hardest working
What are fake ones like?
drug addicts in the world. Like that's why they called it whores. It was whores because
There were whores?
It was heroin was known as whores because
Whores? Really?
they worked like
No wonder why
horses.
it's so pricey.
Horse.
They were
Horse.
workhorses.
Horse.
They were.
Horse.
You could pick
Wilbur.
up. You could pick up. They were
Horse is a horse, a
snow
horse, a
shoveling fools. They were grass cutting
Mr. Ed.
fools. They were painters.
Oh, I'm
they
a
were-
grass cutting fool. I like that title.
Oh
Holy
my
shit.
God, they did anything, man. They spread rock. You could dump fucking a pile of rock. They'd be there all day spreading rocks. They would work out in the elements of the weather. Now that they're doing fentanyl, they're
Oh, boy.
dopes,
Oh,
and it's like they just
Fentanyl's
sit,
deadly as hell.
with a fucking goofy, weird smile on their face, and
Sad,
then
Terrence. That's
then
some
they
sad
go
shit,
back
bro.
to back with cocaine, and it's like all they do is talk about what they once did, and they'll never do again.
Well,
What
just-
their experiences are, and they'll never do again.
How cool would it be if these folks had an alternative to taking those narcotics called cannabis that was readily
Oh,
easily
yeah.
and
no,
affordable
no.
here in the
Oh,
state of New
Never,
Jersey?
never. That
Like,
makes them paranoid.
Oh yeah,
Marijuana.
but
you know what
but,
makes me paranoid?
but cocaine
Watching them
never
shoot a
does that,
bundle of
though, right?
fucking fentanyl.
I'm actually
makes
to
me
a
paranoid.
normal dose of morphine in a day. I'm actually down to just
you go, little mama.
15 milligrams
Right
from
on.
90 of the extended release. You know,
You
three.
are. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm familiar.
I was on 3 of them.
I was
a
on the
day,
Fed meds too,
plus
man.
all that breakthrough crap, and I went from all of that. As of yesterday, got officially signed off on no more GABA.
You go.
Gabba, gabba,
No more
gabba.
GABA
Cool,
at
GABA
all.
pen.
I haven't touched the GABA in since the 29th.
I'll tell you what. I have been on
So-
high doses of gabapentin for neuropathy, and I
And I
mean
don't
there
think it
are
did really
cognitive
anything.
effects that happen to you. Like you're not
I
thinking
feel
right
like it
sometimes.
messed
but
with my head more.
Oh, absolutely, it will.
Yeah.
Once I stopped taking that and I started taking cannabis more so than I was before,
Mhm.
it proved to be a far more effective medication to really take the edge off of that neuropathy. If you don't know what neuropathy is, it's sort of
No.
like pins and needles, but literally someone stabbing you with needles.
And it doesn't
I've been
stop.
suffering.
Oh
I
man,
take
just
Neurontin.
Does
wind
not-
wind
well,
against your
Neurontin is
skin.
gabapentin.
That's exactly
that
what
what
we're
it is?
talking
Oh yeah,
about.
it's exactly
Fed
what we're
meds,
talking
baby.
about.
Dull your mind, dull your senses.
And
Yeah,
they make
man.
you,
It makes you vote the wrong way
smoke
sometimes.
cigarettes.
Tune up, turn
It
in, and
makes
fly out.
Oh, where are we flying out to?
I don't know.
Let's fly. Okay, everyone, put on your wings and let's fly.
Yes.
Well, that's from one of my favorite movies ever.
Your
Tune
favorite?
in.
Your favorite ever. You
Yeah.
lying sack of crap.
Christian Slater. That was his movie.
What movie
Loved
was
him
that?
back then.
What movie? It's your favorite, right? Pump up the volume. Pump up the volume.
Ah, Ed, I see you
Up the
found the
volume.
other
With
attachment,
Christian
sir.
Slater.
Yes.
Tell me that shit ain't.
Yes.
Uh-oh. Kids alert. Kid alert. Kid alert. Kid alert.
Hey, everyone who loves these kids, you better
Do it.
raise your hands right
Yeah.
now. Come on now.
There you
Especially
go.
if you
Thanks for
have
coming to
some-
Trenton, y'all, learning about our crooked government. Just saying.
Yeah.
Ask
There's
lots of
bums out here and there's
questions.
bums in
Knowledge is
there.
power.
There's bums everywhere around here.
Yeah.
Can't tell the
but
difference.
Wayne, this is
these guys
awesome.
shop at
This
Brooks
is the
Brothers.
first-
Holy cow.
First thing I've been able to eat in like days.
Don't worry. We have cards.
Yeah.
Get your card. You can smoke it too.
Yeah. Keep calm. Keep
I've got
calm.
a birthday card.
Keep calm,
We're
kids.
patients.
We're medical cannabis patients.
We're
Keep
just
calm.
patients.
Keep calm. It's
We'll show
medical.
you our cards.
Patients.
We have cards. We have
Yes.
cancer. We have multiple sclerosis. We have
MS
horrible
right here.
diseases. We have PTSD. We have
Spinal.
HIV.
Okay, kids,
Anxiety.
we have
Horrible
move along. It
diseases.
Sounds
Anxiety,
like your teachers are getting
chronic
a little
pain.
upset. Sorry, guys.
Sorry,
Not-
guys.
Not trying to upset you. We're just protesting.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
But we're trying to help people that have the horrible.
We're
But as a
exercising
civics lesson,
our-
this is a
our
great experience for anyone
constitutional
to see.
That's right.
Grassroots activism,
Yeah.
right in your face at the state
This is
house.
how you activate,
This is
kids.
how you
you
do
get
it.
stuff done.
This is
you want to get stuff done. This is how you get stuff done, kids. There you go. Thank you.
Turn my mic off.
This is how you
Ah.
exercise your constitutional right.
The teachers are getting all upset.
Well, hey man, they're
Yeah,
doing
well,
their
the
jobs. They're
teacher's
supposed to be
teaching
taking
the
care of the
wrong thing
kids,
then.
and God bless them for it.
No,
I mean, I'm
exactly.
glad she's taking care of the kids. Yes, absolutely. I agree, Rich. 100% she's taking care of kids, but they've got to make sure the kids are being educated properly.
Indeed, and I think they're being successful.
Well, they're still teaching kids that weed's a gateway
I
drug in
tried
my
to-
area.
I tried to educate them on how to get their cards.
That's bullshit.
Well, one of the things I think is really cool in the DARE program, they no longer talk about
That's not
cannabis
true.
as being that is true. Trust me.
I know. I
Um,
agree with you. I agree that
They no longer
that's
speak
the
about
federal
it as
one.
a
agree
as a
with-
gateway drug.
But
It's
Rich,
been
how do
proven.
we get each? Because my township, I'll show you this thing. I showed it to Lefty the other
Because
day.
they need the
They're
instructors
still
need to get
teaching.
recertified, and
Is
then
that what it is?
and then they must have old information in the new stuff. I've read it.
I know. I read
It's
it
just
too.
not in it.
And I said,
So they need to
I
get
said the same
recertified and get
thing.
re-upped on materials. That would change that
I said the
immediately.
same thing when I think you and I spoke about it once.
Mhm.
And you said, and I said, well, I went to the people and I said, well, who is it that runs the program? And they
Well,
I'd have to
that's
look
by
at my
region,
phone to
but
see
either
who
way,
it is. But
yeah, right on,
they
man.
said that it's the township that does it, and
Hey,
that that they're it's the way that they teach, and weed is so evil.
evil.
Yeah,
The-
you
the-
know the
the
evils
evil
of
weed
weed.
that doesn't
That's
do
what
anything.
It says right on there. The evils of weed.
lettuce.
I can pull it up now. Still bother me.
Smoke
I do.
evil cannabis.
All right.
Did you guys talk about that ruling the other day?
Which one would that be?
The one, well, there's a public sector worker in Monmouth County who got hurt on the
Oh,
job,
yeah,
and
yeah.
he put in a workman's comp case, and he sued for the right for that workman's comp insurance company to pay for his 2 ounces of recommended medical cannabis as a result of his muscle spasms from the accident he had at work. The judge not only ruled in his
Yeah.
favor,
Mhm.
Yeah.
oh, there it is right there, ruled in his favor, but also put in his own personal sentiments about how I think cannabis is a way better alternative than getting someone hooked on narcotic painkillers. Really sets a precedent.
Most
First time I've
definitely, yeah.
ever seen an insurance company being held to the fire, so to speak, by our justice system. Finally. I think it opens up a doorway for our first responders. I mean, someone shows up at a horrific accident and they cannot get the thoughts out of their mind. They can't get the pictures out of their mind. Which would you prefer? Someone handling a 9mm that may be a little bit, who may be taking cannabis, or would you rather have someone on Prozac and Xanax? I mean, I think that choice is pretty clear.
Yeah, pretty
I'm
clear.
with you.
Pretty self-explanatory.
Right on.
I understand, but
What a great.
people don't get it.
I'm gonna turn your mic
Great.
off if you're gonna eat while you're on the mic. There you
But
go. I'm just saying because it's like.
Yeah, I got.
It sounds a little
Rich, I agree.
That's what it's like for me.
Yeah, something like
Sorry.
that.
Whoops. Apologize.
But you know something that's been on my mind lately, something that I've been dealing with. We need to like really start focusing more and reaching out to the senior citizens and the elder community, because I say about 5 or 6 months ago, I got my mom enrolled into the medical marijuana program.
Right on.
She's had like numerous surgeries and like always is in some kind of pain, and like her prescription like boxes is huge, like all the drugs that they keep her on. But the main thing that was really getting to her was these fentanyl patches. Like they give these people these fentanyl to help with pain or whatever. And it's like fucking dope. Like, now I mean, when they don't get that fucking patch or they don't get their medicine, like it turns them into like a whole completely different person. But I mean, she went to the dispensary once, and after that, like her doctor told her that he didn't want her using, I mean, cannabis, that it would interfere with the rest of her medication. And like
show me the counter interdiction. Sorry.
Yeah, but she really takes that, and it's hard to tell a senior, a elder, that their doctor is wrong or their doctor doesn't have enough information to really know what he's talking about. And even my dad yesterday, my dad is considering joining the medical marijuana program, but once again, he's on like all of these pain pills and all this different medication. And he even showed me on one of the prescription bottles, it says do not use with alcohol or marijuana, like, and gave him like this little pamphlet saying like all these bad things about marijuana and like all this crazy shit. But like a couple of the council members in Trenton also told me, I mean, just the Trenton cannabis community ourselves, like we really need to start talking to the seniors and like give them the information about the wonders of cannabis, because people still have these old misconceptions, and I mean the devil's lettuce and, you know, the reefers and all this other madness. So like while we're, I mean, focusing on like our community and people who are like already stoners, or I mean other patients who could benefit, like we really need to like focus a lot more on the seniors and elders. But that's just my piece. That's just where I was dealing with. So Lefty, what's going on?
Jason, in Nevada, they're going to execute a prisoner for the first time using fentanyl. Did you hear about that one?
Damn, wow. That says a lot right there.
There you go.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, at least we tried it out on the populace, and we know it kills people, so
Right.
it should be good for these criminals.
Right.
What? It's insane.
Yeah, look it up, Nevada. Yeah.
When is that about
send
to
me
go
that
down?
link. Well, what's the
Well, it looks like the drug maker is trying to block it now.
Oh,
It's just-
Purdue? What a shocker.
They're saying, no, we don't want you to do that now. We want you to stop that, what you're doing. We don't kill people. We don't kill people.
The Purdue family should be hung up by their heels for what they've done. Their complicit part in this. Just saying.
You want to have Jeff Sessions read the news?
Oh, right. We need a Jeff session.
No music.
How y'all doing? This is your pal Jeff Sessions. Convicted murderer Scott Dozier has clearly and repeatedly stated that he wants to be executed. The planned execution using a 3-drug cocktail had been set for Wednesday evening at Eli State Prison. Experts say it would be the first time the opioid fentanyl was used in U.S. executions. However, the pharmaceutical company filed a lawsuit against Nevada State Department of Corrections over plans to use one of its drugs, midazolam, in the execution. And on Wednesday, Clark County District Judge Elizabeth Gonzalez disallowed the use of the drug, effectively putting the execution on hold. Department of Corrections Public Information Officer Brooke Santina said in an email statement that Dozier execution will not take place until further notice. Alvogen, the pharmaceutical company, said in a statement that it does not condone the use of any of its drug products, including midazolam, for use in state-sponsored executions. It also said that
it does not accept direct orders from prison systems or Department of Corrections.
Well, that's a quote.
All right.
Well, hot damn. Well, thank you, Mr. Sessions. You evil elf.
Thank you all. See you later, you damn hippies. Go to jail, you damn hippies.
Woo!
There you go. Fentanyl used in executions for the first
Unbelievable.
time. That's pretty shocking.
At least they know it works.
They know it works, man. Wow.
It's killed thousands of people a year
All
here in
right,
the United States.
so here's a question. Like, what advice would y'all give to elders or seniors who might possibly be open to alternate treatments to deal with their pain or other ailments?
A re-education program, because they've been disinformed for 80 years.
Right.
They come from a different time where literally like cannabis. Well, I had a gentleman that I ran into once, and he said the only reason we didn't do drugs, they just weren't around back then. That's exactly what he said. So they don't know, and they're frightened of it, and they just all they think is this baloney they've seen on TV their whole lives.
Right.
So I would think probably starting off with an education program with someone who may be in their same age group, who's a little bit more enlightened.
That's what I was thinking. Like, I think that you should introduce them. You should introduce them to a patient that maybe is like a few years younger than them, or maybe the same age, or you could introduce them to like a child who is going through stuff, and that is showing them how good success. Like, show them a child with seizures, or show them a child who's gaining weight from cannabis, and then they'll be like, I feel like they'll be more inclined to get into it. But definitely, introducing them to someone like of their age that are in the program to show them it's not so crazy.
I could not agree with you more. I think that's an awesome idea. You know, one of the things that could probably happen is there are a lot of senior citizens clubs. You could ask to do free presentations just to educate them of maybe the history of cannabis. It's nothing new. It's been around for 7,000 years. It's in the Bible. You know, when it talks about cannabosum in the Bible, that is cannabis.
Right.
They when Jesus anointed people and were healed, it was with cannabis oil and other myrrh, and there's a few other acacia confused with another ingredient. It gives you the recipe in the Bible. You can look it up yourself. You can anoint yourself. How about that? I'm an anointed cannabis activist. Right the fuck on.
Right on. We should call my mom in Florida. She's trying to get a card, I think. She's had enough opiates and enough bullshit. I think
right.
She's had enough, I think.
So should we refer to her to Mrs. Lefty or Mrs. Or mom? Mom's probably good. Or I will be completely respectful and not say anything.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut everyone down.
Right on.
Talk to her. I'm gonna let her know she's on the air. What's that, Tracy? I'm sorry, I got you going.
I said that Jason's mom should talk to my mom because my mom just became a patient and went off of all of her diabetes medication and everything.
Nice.
From it. So, you know, I mean, and she went from heavily relying on her cane, not being able to do anything to, you guys saw her walk me over here. She didn't use her cane at all when she walked me over here.
All right, here we go. This should be fun. Hope she picks up. Yeah, she's not taking calls today.
Damn Lefty calling me.
Damn. Should I leave her a 30-minute message? Hey, Ma.
Hello?
It's me. You're on the air. I'm on the podcast. How you doing?
Oh, okay. Okay, good. How are you doing?
Okay, good. Listen, I want to talk to you about getting your card. Did you have any luck with your doctor yet? Or are you still waiting?
I have an appointment with her next week.
Okay. And what do you have to do? What do you?
Am I on the radio now?
Yeah. I want to ask you how hard it is to. Is it a pain in the butt? Is it hard?
Oh, it's about a 50 pain.
Oh, your pain. Oh, yeah. Tell me about your pain.
The pain level to me, which I know there's no such thing as a 50. And
you could say 11 out of 11. Yeah. Go ahead.
It's when I step on my right foot. It's like I want to scream.
On your right hip?
Right leg.
You have
step on it, like in the shower. I like before. Just scream in the shower. I couldn't step on it. I mean, actually, I have to cry. It's so bad, so painful.
You have sciatic pain.
Well, I don't know if that's sciatic or something else. I don't know if it's, maybe there's something else going on there. That's why I need to talk to the doctor. Maybe we need to take another x-ray.
Well, I'm trying to find you some physical therapy that'll be helpful to you, like acupuncture and cupping and traction.
Oh, okay. Well, you keep working on it. Let me know, right?
I'm working on that. But
I
think you should try an indica in the night and a sativa in the daytime. There's two types of cannabis. There's an indica and there's a sativa.
My beautician, she has a friend that has MS, and she always do the whole paper, the whole outlook of marijuana and what it does and different types. So I didn't see it yet.
Okay, yeah. MS patients use certain types of cannabis. You may have to find the strain that's right for you. That's all.
Right. That's all. Wait, hold on. It's me. Stay with me. Yeah, hold on.
Hold on. What are you doing? Hello? Ma. Hey, Ma. You left me hanging. Ma, come on.
Hi, Ed.
Yeah. Hey.
Hi.
Hi.
How are you? How are you?
Oh, hi. Who's this?
This is B. It's your mom's hairdresser.
Oh, hi, B. This is Lefty. You're on the air. Yeah, we want to talk to her about medical cannabis because we do a podcast about cannabis, and we're trying to help her out because I know she's in a lot of pain, and the doctors are giving her opiates, and they're trying to kill her with all these opiates, and I'm trying to get her into alternative therapy.
Well, I just brought her a paper that my friend, I mean, he's only a young guy. He's like 46 years old, and he has MS. And he's pretty much, he can't walk. And he has a lot of issues. And he went on, as of March, he went on the medical marijuana. And there's a place right here in Cape Coral. All you need is a doctor's prescription. But the paper he printed out for me to give to her is all showing the different types, the calms, the threes, the six, which you don't get high from it. You know, doesn't have the stuff that makes you high. Has a price sheet. He gets it delivered right to his house because he's not mobile. And I just hope Jack is receptive to it. But I think you should take a little bit more control over here and take some of the control away from him. You know, if this is going to help her, then she needs to really look into it. I'm in a funny situation. I'm going to give her this information, and then I have to step out of it because I don't want to be in between him and her, you know?
I know the feeling.
You there? Yeah. So you probably are in the same position.
Yeah.
Like she just said, if he's out of here now, but if he walks in, I don't want him to hear me even discussing this, you know? But I am going to leave this paper here, and he can look at it. Here he comes. Here he comes.
I'm not.
All right, I'm going to give you back to your mom.
You see what I do with? They're afraid of this guy. This is crazy. This guy's the most controlling guy. Oh God, I'm not allowed there. That's terrible. They're all afraid of this guy. Ridiculous. Hi, Danny. Hey, come here.
You're going to go with here.
All right. Hey, listen. I know Jack is there, so I'll let you go. I don't want to get you in trouble.
Okay.
All right. Bye.
Okay.
Jesus Christ. See what I'm not. Crap. That shit pisses me the fuck off. Motherfucker. Fucking. This is what I fucking go through, man. I haven't seen my mother in years because of that fucking prick. Years. Because if I go down there, you threaten to leave. Jack. Jerk off. Sorry, I turned your mics off.
Is Jack a doctor?
No, he's our boyfriend for like 39 years or whatever, 59 years. I don't know. They've been together forever.
No good. No good.
He controls everything about her. So if she needs her medical cannabis, he's probably not going to agree with it and not give it to her because it's work for him. It's too much for him to do. She passed out on the floor one day, and she called for help. She's like, Jack, and he wouldn't answer. So she hits her life alert. You know, the life alert you have to hit. Fall and can't get up. So she hit that. And then the firemen come. Of course, he heard the firemen knocking on the door, but he didn't hear her screaming for help. That's different.
Terrible.
So this is what I deal with.
Terrible.
Jerk off. And I film him. Yes, whenever I see him, I have my camera on because he assaulted me once.
Well, your assault folder is getting larger by each town you roll into, my
it's
brother.
Like a fucking assault magnet.
Hey, you know what?
We should
have a lottery and sell $20 tickets, and then the person who wins gets a punch dead in the face.
No,
and hey,
like
man,
this.
it can offset the cost of the shirts.
No,
it would be cool.
I feel like the dude in Evil Dead sometimes. Beat the shit out of him. So bad. Jesus, man.
So you're going to cut off your hand and attach a shotgun to it? That would be cool.
Camera.
Oh, right on.
Shotgun camera.
Shotgun mic, shotgun camera.
Rich, don't give me ideas. You got the best ideas ever. Rich, what did you tell me the other day about the Oprah request? Brilliant. Brilliant move.
Well, what I suggested is we use the Oprah machine. And for those out there in listening land or looking land, the Oprah machine gives you the ability to solicit any information you want from any township or municipality in the state of New Jersey, such as how much money they're spending on gravel, if you wanted to know, how much overtime they're paying their first responders. Well, more importantly, you can also look up each town's amount of Narcan that they've dispensed monthly. So we can use their own figures and show them that people are dying in your own township, and all you're satisfied with doing is just buying more of something that may or may not help them.
More fentanyl.
Right. It's sort of like putting a Band-Aid on a bullet wound, in my opinion. The real solution is giving people an alternative to narcotic painkillers, and that is cannabis. So we're going to return to some of these townships and municipalities. When we go there, we're going to go there loaded for bear. We're going to use their numbers right against them. Why don't you explain this to us? How does this equate to something being closely fair to people who are sick and dying, your neighbors? It's your turn, city council, to become a good neighbor and start taking care of people instead of feeding your police departments and filling it up with this Narcan baloney.
I'm not sharing.
You're not helping
sharing.
anyone with that policy. Having Narcan in case of an emergency is imperative. Using that only is short-sighted and deadly.
Amen. Amen to that.
I think they should start promoting marijuana for chronic pain rather than opiate use. Like when I don't have much experience with other drugs other than marijuana. I have my medical card, but like when I had kidney stones, they push drugs on me, and I'm like, no, I don't do that. And then like I'm like, are they getting like do they get paid to prescribe these medications?
Well, well, with the medical society or medical professionals, when you go into a hospital setting, like A plus B equals C, and they have to follow an escalation of treatment. Like when you walk in, they're going to diagnose and they're going to triage your symptoms. If in their book it says you must give them narcotic pain medication, which is the only thing.
Exactly, it's not in there. Cannabis is nowhere in there
because it's a medicine here in New Jersey. That is not treated like a real medication. That is the truth. They call it a medical cannabis program, but it's full of bullshit. It is a money-making scam, and it is a monopoly set up by the state.
They're getting there, though. They're getting there because
the tide is changing.
The new Department of Health, he is totally into cannabis as medicine.
Right on.
You know, so like it is slowly, but it's getting there, man. You know, it's going to happen in New Jersey quicker than people think. Because this guy, he's actually holds classes when he teaches about medicine, and he's like, hey, you're going to have to get used to the fact that cannabis is a medicine, and we're going to have to start prescribing medicine. And exactly, you know, it's big.
Now that it's legal medically for cannabis in the state of New Jersey for psych issues, they should also be able to push that within the psychiatric communities and the psych hospitals, and what it means to have a patient in a psych hospital. Because when I was in psych treatment in Philly a few years ago, they're like, no, don't write down that you consume cannabis. I'm like, well, you're not gonna. I don't want to take pharmaceuticals for the psych meds, so I'm just going to do what I do. That's why I have my medical card, but now that it's medical in Jersey, we need to start promoting it within the psych communities instead of like giving it an option. Instead of like heavy psych meds, like people with psych issues need to be able to like function. And some of these meds, like they just turn you into a zombie. And I think that with cannabis, you're a lot more clearer.
Oh, big time.
You could function.
How many times you go to an NA meeting? Anyone here ever go to an NA meeting?
I had to go when I was younger.
Okay, so how many times you get the kids? Yeah, you know, I've been sober now for 5 years. I haven't touched heroin once. I smoke, you know, like every day. And like you always heard that. It was people that got off of heroin were using cannabis.
Yeah,
and they could actually cope with life. And you know, it's kind of like what's that old saying? You know, you could take the dope out of the fiend, but can you take the dope fiend out of the fiend, right? And so cannabis actually, it helps. It helps big time.
Does it say anything bad about cannabis in the NA book? Like, I'm not entirely sure. Like, I didn't think that the creator of NA was against marijuana or cannabis, like
No, it's only the government. The government.
because like
That's why I ended up in an NA meeting.
I just find it really weird that they preach like recover. Well, when you're like in the methadone programs, it is recovery, but it's just strange.
I'd rather see people on cannabis, recovering cannabis than meth, man. That's just you ever see
I've been a methadonian.
Oh my God, God bless you. God bless.
No way to live.
It isn't. It isn't.
You're
Excuse me,
dependent
hon.
upon showing up.
When you're going to make the potato salad, could you take the celery and wash it before you cut it? And a meth head, methadone, not
Methadonian.
They'll take the celery and they'll put it with soap and water and they'll start scrubbing it. Like that's not no medicine. That's no way to escape from heroin. Cannabis, on the other hand, this guy, you've done it. Speak to it.
Well, I went to Narcotics Anonymous for 18 years voluntarily, and didn't do anything for a really long time. I was diagnosed with multiple sclerosis 24 years ago. Inevitably, it just got to the point where I couldn't take the Fed meds anymore, and I had to make a choice. And at that point in time, I stopped going to NA meetings for the simple fact I didn't want that guy who's just in there the first time looking for a reason to leave and go out and continue to destroy himself. So I decided not to go. And now that we're talking, this is 13, 14 years ago. So therefore, I know as far as Narcotics Anonymous's literature is concerned, they do have a pamphlet about medication. That's usually what people follow as a guideline. It is not a rule. There are no rules. They are only guidelines. However, the fellowship in general, from what I've been told, a lot of people aren't quite being as judgmental as they used to be about cannabis use and being in the 12 steps. There's a friend of mine I know from Asbury Park, Brandon C. He's pretty familiar. He is
organics, right?
Yeah, Brandon's
and
awesome.
he is someone who could probably speak more exacting about this. I'm not going to break his anonymity or whatever. However, but what I've been told is, much like in AA, when you could only say I'm an alcoholic, now it's sort of okay to say I'm an alcoholic and an addict. They had to adapt. Society is changing. This is a medication. And NA inevitably is going to be dragged through just by, virtue of the fact that this is the way society is going. This isn't a party drug. This is a drug to make sure that you're able to get up and function in the morning. You're able to not have to use narcotics. I mean, there's plenty of people who go to 12-step meetings who are on a litany of medications. Hey, man, I'm not trying to say stop all your medications and stop going to meetings and all this other nonsense. What I am trying to say is other medications have been a big part of recovery since recovery began. Now, all of a sudden, cannabis is the flavor of the week. So therefore, people were very reactive when I first left. Like, I lost a whole lot of friends, and that's okay. I get it. It's about self-preservation. I'll judge them because of it. And there are a lot of other people who I've remained friends with, and they completely support what I'm doing because they've seen the absolute 180-degree turn my life has taken. Like, I was not able to make it up the stairs to get out of my apartment without great pain and difficulty for the last 3 years before I started to get the medicine, before I started to start using FICO. And FICO is, Wayne?
Full extraction cannabis oil.
That's right. Full extract cannabis oil. It's a full spectrum of the plant, and it has freed me. There, I'm done ranting.
Yo, pass that to the left, to the left. In building, in-house, is Weed Man, but of course he's busy on his phone.
New Jersey Weed Man.
Have a seat at the table, brother, man. See you standing right next to you. You gotta even know it. Gotta even know it, man. He's too busy looking at me going, what's this white boy smoking? Weed.
You can't tell by those gorgeous green eyes.
You can take that mic off there.
Yeah, that's good right here.
Get up on it. What's going on, man?
Ladies and gentlemen,
only one.
the New Jersey
Looking for
Weed
some
Man.
illegal weed to smoke because I don't have my card.
It's everywhere.
So
Yo, do that. That's got the hash in it.
So does that.
I'm good. I just want a puff or two.
Okay, I'm good. I'm good. Oh, boy. He doesn't need a mic if he's gonna be smoking. Jesus. All right, sound man. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Wait a minute, but you can't. Oh shit.
Testing 1 2.
No, Morgan's got a mic.
Yeah, we're just gonna have to do this.
I'm good.
All crazy and all.
Talking about AA and NA, those are illegal. You can't be forced to go, even though most people just go.
I
had a
forced.
whole big argument back in 2002 or 2003. That was another one of my legal arguments.
Let's
That I
hear it.
should not be forced to go to NA and
I'll
AA.
show you the other legal way to get around it.
Well, the way I said was, wait a minute, higher power, that's God, that's spiritual, that's religion. And you can't order me and force me to go to this. And I said, I'm going to go because you ordered me to, but I'm going to sue you for forcing your religious beliefs down my throat.
Who didn't this guy?
And for a couple weeks, they made me go. And then at some point, someone said, you know, he's right. There's a case. That's why I was looking up the case. I think it's called Orange County, Wisconsin. I mean, somebody versus Orange County, Wisconsin. And the person took it to like the step below the Supreme Court. It was like the appellate court of the Fifth Circuit or something. And they won. So that's like, but very few people ever argue that. So whatever.
Yeah, because you know
it's only if you get forced to. I mean, if you want it and you need it, you go. I mean, that's me. Come on, for weed. They was trying to force me to go for weed. It's like no, and I argued like, wait a minute. Religiously, I believe weed is a sacrament, and you're trying to tell me it's some type of drug. Like screw you. I'm not. Whatever. I never followed through on a lawsuit. They only made me go about 4 or 5 meetings, and then they realized, yep, he's right. He's not like Stephanie Katz and just dragged me through the mud for a year and a half.
God.
Yeah, exactly.
My way was better, bro. I was like
447 days. Somebody made a mistake the other day and said 440, and I was so mad. I was like, man, that week? Like, don't short me a week.
Yeah.
A week is a week. 447.
Yeah. They even got an extra day in on you. He took off that Wednesday to play golf or some shit.
I don't know what that was about.
Yeah.
The judge had something to do.
Yeah, he had something to do, all right.
I think it was some judge's conference or something.
Yeah, that's important.
I forget what it was.
It's just your freedom.
No, he's playing with his grandkid.
Yeah.
Don't worry. That Negro could stay in jail another day or two. It's fine. We'll go and we're gonna go play some it's your graduation.
Well, listen now, since you brought up that word, trust me, that's what the whole thing was all about. Because I was a smart ass Negro. He's one of them smart asses. He's always following this, he's following that. He's always trying to be a butthead. Yeah. And you know what? Let's teach his butt a lesson.
You got
We can't string him up no more. We can't take him out and throw him on a tree, but we can hang him in jail.
That's what they did. That's what he did. Judge Massey.
That's what they did.
Old
all
Italian.
Of them did it. They all did it together.
Old Italian.
Yeah.
You know what? At no point could any one of them individually done that, but all three of them could. And I say all three of them is Stephanie Katz, probably with her bosses go ahead too.
Oh,
but Stephanie Katz, probably a politician or two above him, said go for it.
Nothing
but
goes
she did
down
it.
without them knowing.
Judge Warsaw, he's the one that rubber stamped it, and then Judge Massey refused to overturn it and let it go. So whatever. But you know what? Hey, you guys get a sneak. You guys get a
money.
A scoop on Sativa Cross. You're allowed to protest people, especially government people.
Hold on, Asbury Park's calling us. Hold on.
At their homes.
Hold on, Asbury Park is calling us. Hold on.
What?
Hello.
Asbury Park
You're on
Press?
the air. Yeah, you're on the air. Hello.
Turn the phone one up, man.
Hello. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
This is a crank call, man. Don't you get
Is this
it?
a crank call? It's a crank call. Are you this is payback time? Hello? Hello? You don't troll trolls.
They heard
they hung up on me. Oh, what a shame.
As they call you down in
good.
my area, they say, "Do you know? Have you ever met Weed Man?" They
Okay,
whisper.
sorry about that.
And I'm like, yeah.
Sorry about
yeah.
that, Weed Man. What were you going to say about what happened?
Scoop. He's got a
I got a
scoop.
scoop for you guys.
What's a scoop?
I mean, it's totally legal to protest people at their homes, government officials and stuff like that. I mean, you can't enter their property, but you can walk on the sidewalk. So, everything's on the internet. I've been doing some research the last couple weeks, and I got 3 addresses now. I mean, it's kind of the same thing I did with the rat. So I got 3 addresses now.
Oh no! So you're gonna drag us into this shit now?
Oh boy!
All right. Go ahead. What do you want to do? What's your plan?
Stephanie Katz, Judge Warsaw, Judge Massey. At some point, I'll be standing in front of their homes.
Wow!
Protesting them. That's perfectly illegal. That's perfectly illegal.
No, it's perfectly legal.
It's perfectly legal.
Okay.
The Trump, you know, your buddy's administration is finding that out now too.
Hey, Payback's a bitch.
He's a Trumpster.
I know.
I kind of play with him about it.
Payback's a
Me
bitch.
too.
Most of them I'd want to throw an orange at, but you know he's cool.
Payback's a bitch.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
Yeah, but he's a
Maxine
Trumpster.
Waters is going to get hers.
Wait a minute, she didn't start it.
You know,
Oh, yes,
since-
she did.
No, she did.
Yes, she did.
No, she did.
Encouraged.
First of all,
She encouraged it.
Trump started during his campaign. He has several times encouraged people to do things and to harass people.
So two wrongs make a right.
And
Is
all
that what
her,
you're saying?
but don't say she started it.
She started
She responded, and she responded, and guess what? They gave her more publicity than Fox News did that, and it threw it all over the internet. Look at Maxine Waters. Look at Maxine Waters.
Crazy old Maxine.
And guess what?
She's crazy.
Now she got a whole bunch of people doing it.
Crazy. That's
I think
cool.
it's all funny now.
That's cool. I think it's funny that she's been a Democrat for 100 freaking years, and yet she's totally against weed. I think that's funny. I think that's funny. But hey,
wait a
you
minute.
know, you want to talk about how great
you know
she
what?
is
She's
as a
she's
politician.
she's another one of them that got stuck up in the church mode, and that's what did it to her. She grew up in the church, and that's what she believed it was a drug, and all that. But she's actually changed her mind on that. And she
Not really.
supported California's
not Uma.
wait a minute, what's the name of the group?
Groups. Come on. Why? What did they do? Donate? Would they give her $100?
The California NAACP was the first NAACP that came out in favor of legalizing it, and she was reluctant for a while. But at some point, she got on the bandwagon with that. She doesn't champion it like she does with you know,
all the other
harassing Trumpsters, but
or gay rights, you know, gay marriage.
I think she was against that too, and now she is for it. But she was against it at first too. To be honest with you, most black church people are. That's just kind of how it is.
That's just old school, though, right?
Yeah, it is.
It's just like,
I mean, it's changing. It's changing with a lot of things.
Yeah.
I mean, there are evangelicals now that are supportive of certain things that 20 years ago they wouldn't have. They're all going to change. They're going to be the left in like 20 years from now. And then you're going to have the radical left now is going to turn into the conservatives. They are, man.
You watch, man.
Listen, I used to think of, and trust me, I'm lumped into that as a lefty, right? I'm lumped in there with them, right? But I don't really think so. I have a lot of conservative views and stuff like that. Sometimes I don't even throw it out there, but I have a lot of conservative views. But there used to be a time you looked at the left as always the nice guy. The left is getting ugly. The left is. They're going after people.
Exactly.
They're calling people.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. Lefty's going after everyone now. Everybody.
No, I saw you
It's
get your
going
ass
down.
whooped yesterday.
I
So
got
I-
it.
a couple of days ago, so don't say nothing.
That was a big girl. She like threw me like a sumo wrestler.
Yo, you should have deleted that video just because of that.
Dude, she threw me like UFC style or something. Dude, what do I do? She messed me up.
All of a sudden, you just see your shoe.
I'm in pain. I'm in pain today.
I know you are. I'm
Look at my
like,
knee.
Oh,
Look at my knee. Look at that.
yeah, it is
Oh
bad.
man.
I'm all swollen.
Yeah,
Oh,
put some
man.
of this on it.
Hey.
It's been
All
sitting
right.
in my
What you-
life.
I must have turned it on
It's
just
the-
as that happened because I turned it
CBD.
on. That's what I saw, like a shoe and like
Exactly.
You
I'm
assaulted
like,
me.
whoa.
What just happened? I was like, what? Yeah, what did happen? I had to watch it. I had to go back and watch it. I was like, damn. And then I was reading your haters. Man, haters are everywhere.
They're funny.
Yeah.
Oh man,
They're so funny.
I got
that
a
was
couple.
nuts.
Yeah, exactly. The crazy part is when one of your like lovers turns into a hater, like, and then like, what do? Attack them or ignore them? Right now, I'm ignoring one you guys all know.
Yeah, what's up with that? What happened there?
Who?
You know who?
I don't know who.
Okay, never mind.
I got a couple of them, but I don't know who you're
There's a
talking
new
about.
one that's like fighting with you now all of a sudden.
He's not fighting with me. I'm just kind of like giggling.
Whatever.
at
Block
what he-
you, fighting with you. It's not-
Oh, did he block you? Oh. I don't know.
I blocked him.
Oh, I don't know. Dude,
You guys
it's like crazy.
You're less mature than me, guys. Come on, really?
Wait a minute. I was in jail like a year ago. He was posting these things online that like were crazy. They were lies, and like, come on, man, you're attacking my girl. You're calling my girl names. You're like whatever. Wait a minute. First of all, I'm in jail, whether you like her or not. she was my lifeline to the outside world. If you like me, then all right, you know, you got to recognize that. She's the one to put money on my book. She's the one to make those phone calls. She's the one to pay the rent. You know what I mean? And then this dude's attacking her, like at the time she was crying to me about it. I mean, really crying, and she printed out the postings and mailed it to me. So I like the whole year I kind of knew it, but I didn't say nothing. I had plenty of times I could have said something on Facebook or wrote somebody. I never said nothing. And then I get out, like a week later, like I get like this inbox. Hey, buddy, how you doing? Like I was like your long lost buddy. I was like, what? I say, dude, listen. And I didn't even go into detail. I just like, hey, dude, listen. Like you know, Facebook memories are a bitch. You know, shit comes up, shit pops up. You see shit that happened a while ago, like whatever. Like I'm cool, all right. I'll just leave it at that. I'm just cool with you, okay? Something like that. That's all I said. I didn't attack him. I didn't say nothing. First of all, what am I going to be like arguing with somebody over something that happened a year ago? You know, like that's how I had to look at it. Even though, all right, but now I know certain people I thought was friends aren't. All right, cool. I know. That's all. That's how I looked at it. But now he's mad because I said that. But I didn't even attack him. I haven't said his name. I haven't posted nothing. I haven't said nothing. But he's all upset. Whatever.
They're not really
Fucking, he
ones that
says a
get
lot of
pissed
dumb
off
shit.
the most.
I say a lot of dumb shit. I post a lot of dumb shit. He doesn't stop. And then, you know, like I try to like tell him, like, dude, you gotta like chill the fuck out, you know. And then he tells me to shut up.
The reason,
fat boy, okay, I'm done with you. Like, you know, like it's not even, I don't care what you call me. It's just like stop being so fucking negative, man. He's negative.
Yeah, exactly. I'm the same way. I mean, you know what? Sometimes I go online, I want to argue. Like I want to argue with like government officials, or I want to argue with like some douchebag in Colorado, right? But I really don't even argue. You know, I don't argue with people I know. Not personally. I might roll my eyes or I have nothing to say, but I really don't. I guess I'm a keyboard clown too. A keyboard clown too. I don't know. I do it online. Sometimes I argue with people, but I'm not trying to argue with nobody. So apparently he wants to argue, and I ain't arguing about nothing.
That's okay. I'm gonna burn his paintings. I'm gonna burn his paintings. Okay.
Oh,
He gave me paintings. I'm gonna burn them. They don't mean shit to me no more. I'm gonna burn them.
Hurtful.
Well, you know, when that happened, like Debbie painted over his painting like the same day, or like the next time she was in the joint, she like painted over it, sent me the painting. It was covered up. She covered it up like right away. Like, oh, okay. But
no. Remember the painting he did for me? He's got me and you. There's two like little murals.
Nice.
You put them together. It's the flag.
Oh yeah, I do. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah. I forgot all about it.
You're gonna burn them.
You're gonna do a Facebook Live burn it.
I'll help you.
Yeah,
because they never added me to that, so I'm gonna help you burn it. I'll help you. I have no beef with him, but I'm gonna burn
I had nothing to do with all this.
I hired him to
just
do
kidding.
that.
I haven't said his name, nothing. I'm just
That
whatever.
cost me a
Like I
bag of
said,
weed. I gave him some good shit too.
but I
man.
wasn't even trying to argue with nobody. I just happened to notice. I saw it. Whatever. I was cool with it all. I wasn't gonna say nothing. I mean, there's other things I've seen. I'm not arguing with nobody. I'm not talking about it. Nothing. I don't have nothing to say. Exactly. Over something a year ago. You know who I'm pissed at? I'm pissed at First Deputy Stephanie Katz.
Oh.
Onfrey. Senator Lesniak. Ex-Senator Lesniak. Those are the people who did this to me. Those are who I'm pissed at. So all these other people that got something negative to say, kiss my hairy black ass. Yellow ass.
It's kind of white.
Wow.
It's like whiter than mine.
Well, whatever.
Damn.
Yo, I put that on Facebook like recently, like LY yellow AO. Dude was like, what the hell is the what is that? I was like, kiss my no, that was laughing my yellow ass off. But I think I used it with a K before too recently.
Oh, speaking of the KKK,
that's one of them.
James Sadler says
that's my public one, and then I have Ed Fortune as my personal.
James Sadler says the Democratic Party was started by the KKK and racism. James Sadler, you know him?
Oh boy.
Well, the KKK did start as a Democratic group, but
I don't know where
the Democrats
he adopted
back then
that
were like
propaganda
conservatives
ad.
today. It was like weird.
It wasn't started by the KKK, but they were members. But first of all, there were members in everything. Their KKK members were so prevalent; they were in everything. They were in the Whig Party. They were in the early Republican Party and the Democratic Party. And if you ask me today, I'm sure there's members in the progressive or right wing or left wing of the Democratic Party. They're everywhere anyway. People have those thoughts are everywhere. So yeah, exactly. Some hide it better than others. Then it comes out though. They get mad or something, or no one's watching or whatever.
Oh, here you go. He says, but the Democratic Party started the KKK and made the Confederate flag. That's what James Sadler says.
Wait a minute.
Hold on. Which Confederate flag? There was a couple of them.
First of all, the battle flag of the Confederate Army was not made by the Democratic Party. It was by the Confederate Army commissioned somebody. And to be honest with you, if I sat and Googled, I could find the person. There's like a Betty.
He was a Democrat.
There's like a Betsy Ross of the Confederate flag. You know that?
There's
a lady who
made
that.
Hold on. Ding, ding, ding.
There's a Betsy Ross of Confederate flag. It was a woman in Virginia who made the Confederate flag for as the battle flag of the Confederate Army.
White.
Yeah, it was.
I'll take pictures of the book that I have. It's a
1860,
United States American flags thing.
But I'm just saying, sometimes when you hear this propaganda gets thrown back at you like that, like I would really just giggle, or I wouldn't even respond to it.
He says he did Google it.
All right. So what's her name?
What's her name? James Sadler. Tell me her name.
Who cares?
Who made the flag?
She's dead.
There's a woman who made Betsy Ross made the Stars and Stripes.
Yeah, Betsy
but
Ross.
there was another woman who made the Confederate flag. She was from Richmond, Virginia. That's what I remember. But other than that, I don't remember the rest of it. Betsy Ross. Come on now. You don't remember your fourth grade social studies.
They actually say that a male did the original American flag. And then it was lost somehow or somewhere, and then Betsy Ross recreated it. So
George Washington.
Wait a minute.
That's all I gotta say. George Washington.
You're right.
I
just remember she was accepted as the one who made the flag.
Yes,
right.
She was accepted but
there was a woman in Virginia who was credited. If the South had won, she'd be like Betsy Ross to the Southerners.
That's very true.
But And then, wait, what else did he just say? Did the Democratic Party start the KKK?
Yes.
First of all, again, I don't know his name. I can't think of it right now. If I really had to think about it, I could remember. But his name was Colonel such and such.
Sanders?
He's from Tennessee. No, he's from Tennessee. And at first, he called himself the Night Riders. and the sheets were all designed to be the ghost of the Confederate Army.
Oh,
that's what it was all about. And as a doctor. Like these people, like these are facts that have been around forever, but now people like read Fox News and listen to Fox News contributors and then spout it out like it's like some type of facts. When I've been a reader forever, I read these facts, and there's one of those facts that just fell into my head probably 40 years ago, and I don't remember it like verbatim. But if I sat for 5 minutes on Google, I could find it. The founder of the KKK, look it up. He was a colonel with the Confederate Army in Tennessee. There's even a particular town, but again, I don't remember. In fact, I remember.
Are you telling me that Dave Chappelle lied? It's not a black dude that started the KKK?
What's that's his name? Colonel William Thomas or Captain William Thomas? Yeah, like I said, these are just facts that I knew since I was a kid. And
well, these are
I always do good in Jeopardy too.
So. It's Frank O. McCord. J. Calvin Jones, John B. Kennedy, John C. Lester, James R.
what town
Crow,
in Tennessee was
and
it?
Richard R. Reed, and it is in Pulaski, Tennessee.
Yep. See?
Pulaski.
Like,
and they were Confederate veterans.
Yep. And they used sheets to signify the ghost of soldiers. That's what it was all about.
The ghost of Christmas past?
No. They were supposed to be ghosts of Confederate soldiers. Hello.
Oh my God!
He's doing
hold
I'm gonna call him Cindy.
Hold it to the phone. I want to hear it.
Yeah, really.
I want to hear it. What's going on?
At its best.
Hey, you want to get that pizza or what? What are you doing?
How we do that meeting?
And it says that they did found the military Democratic Party.
Hold on.
He's got.
All right. Give me a few minutes. I'll find one. I'll find it online. I got it. Listen, actually, I was doing something. I'll call you right back. I'll call you back in like 20 minutes.
Yeah, he's got to find the hooker. Oh no, something else.
I don't know. Who do we know who you're talking to?
What are you doing? Who is that?
Jesus.
I'll call you back.
Who is it? All right, baby.
Hey, baby. Blow her kiss.
It must have been Sweetie. It was Sweetie.
She hung up. She heard y'all.
Oh shit.
That's okay. That's okay. All the women hate.
See
me.
what?
Sweetie
These people I
hates me.
thought were my friends. See, there they go again. Here it comes again. No, I'm
If
kidding.
I-
I'm kidding. She's not mad about
I'm
that.
your friend.
She's not
Trust
mad about
me.
that.
Don't get
She's
married.
not mad about
Don't
that.
get married. Don't do it.
It wasn't
Trust
me this time.
The
She's not
best
mad
friendly
about that.
advice I could give you. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't.
Listen, I already done it twice.
Twice.
Trust me.
You know, the third time it couldn't be the fucking charm, bro. Okay.
Keep
Third
it
time's
forever.
like a
That
fucking.
doesn't mean you need to
what do you
marry
call
her.
that? First
Well,
time,
good.
second time.
Here we
third
go.
time.
James Sadler says.
Oh boy.
Actually, the KKK was made for Americans that were displaced, and their jobs and welfare will not help them. They were the only there for immigrants. American citizens couldn't get help.
Yeah,
He's
okay.
proven my point that he's
Have a
just
good day.
eating up the
Yeah,
right
where's
wing
he getting-
propaganda. Like this, the facts that I just spewed off the top of my head. I knew that before I ever got on the internet. Like, I don't know. I don't even remember where I think my mom used to give us these classes. And I think that one might have came from one of my mom's classes. You know, I think that's where that came from. But I knew where the KKK came from. Like, exactly, you know, because one of them things that I got taught as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And as a truck driver, I remember riding through and going, "Hey, this is where the KKK started." You know, it's off
Pulaski,
of it's in the
Tennessee.
Jackson, it's in the Jackson, Tennessee area. If you look up Pulaski, it's somewhere in the Jackson, Tennessee area.
Why are we talking about the KKK?
I don't know. That was your caller. Your caller
Not my
came in and
caller.
for some reason wanted to throw some right wing propaganda at me.
James, 2018, bro. Love everybody, man.
Listen, the crazy thing is,
unless they're illegal
all
immigrants.
walks of life smoke weed. This is the proof of it. Yo, don't say anything. Don't say anything. You know what? There's like 3 topics that I don't talk about. I talk about everything. I talk shit about everything. But it's 3 topics. I don't even know if I should even name those topics, but it's 3 topics I generally stay away from. I'm not going to tell you. I can't say it.
Politics? No, you talk
No.
about
Do it.
politics.
No.
Do it.
Sex.
No.
Nope. There's 3 topics you can't talk about.
I know what. No,
Abortion.
4.
Abortion.
Okay, I got
No,
one
that
of them.
gets talked about.
His nickname.
I was always raised
nickname.
with
Oh, what's your
sex,
nickname?
Oh,
politics,
I
and
never tell you.
religion.
You're talking about from 20 years ago. I never
Yeah.
tell you.
Those were the 3 that I was
Before I knew
raised
you.
with in public.
Only
You don't
few-
talk about sex, politics.
But-
and
but-
No
religion.
need for me to
But
start that out.
Ivanka gave it to him.
There's
So
no,
this is-
Ivana.
Ivana.
There's no reason to say it.
Hold on, which one is Ivana? She the mom or she the kid?
She's the mom.
She's the mom. Okay.
But we have
She
inside
had a little
information.
jungle
But
fever.
that's
So I want-
no.
I wanna know what
Stop
she called
throwing-
you.
No. Stop throwing stuff
We-
like
we
that
have-
out there. That's not true.
We have information. We have
No,
inside
it's
It's not
information.
true. She
No, you
gave you
don't.
your job.
You would have to find somebody who worked with me in 1984, 85 to find that information. And since that's not going to happen, even though 1 or 2 of them are on one of them is on my Facebook.
I know what it is.
You'll never find it.
I know what it is.
And then there was somebody else who contacted me one day. Was like, "Hey, are you the same guy from blah 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 blah?" And I was like, "Yeah." And they were like, "You remember me?" And I looked at the name, like, "Oh yeah, you were like my head waiter."
That doesn't sound good.
I knew he's the only one would think something like that
All the time.
There's a head
all the
waiter,
time.
there's a lead waiter, there's a back waiter, there's a
And you
bus
were the
boy,
head
and there's a maitre d'. I worked in gourmet restaurants for years.
You had to be the head waiter, right? Did you? What's
And you
above
have
the
your
head waiter?
hostess,
That's
the
the maitre d'.
hostess,
The
or the
maitre d'.
maitre
That's the maitre d'.
Yeah.
You never
And
made it.
maitre d's have hostesses off the.
And-
Their assistant is the host.
Oh,
But
okay.
you got the maitre d', you
Okay.
got the host, and then you have teams of waiters, and the first one is called the head waiter. Then it's a lead waiter, a back waiter, and a busboy.
And who gave you your job?
Well, you already know this.
Ivana.
Yes.
Well, I know
All
this.
right, all right. I told him a story about how I got my job working at Trump Plaza back in '85.
I just want to know the
I
nickname she
worked.
gave you.
No, I worked as a busboy at the Sands, and while they were building Trump Plaza, Ivana Trump stayed in Trump Plaza. I mean, at the Sands a lot. In the Sands room, it was a big giant suite. It was called the Sands room. But I was the busboy. I cleaned up the room all the time. So I ended up speaking to her all the time. And at some point, there was a magazine article called the Atlantic Magazine. I mean, the Atlantic City Magazine. And I read the Atlantic City Magazine. It was a whole article about her restaurant that was getting ready to open. So I mentioned it to her, and I kind of hinted I wanted a job. And next thing I know, I had a job there. So then after I got there, like I was like her pet. Like she hired me. Like I was like the busboy. And she called me like a name, and everybody started laughing. And then they started calling me that. And I got stuck with it the whole time I worked there.
He won't tell us. He won't.
But I was cool. Listen, it was probably the best job I ever had. I'll still admit it. I cried when I got fired. But I worked there for 2 years. Did Trump fire you? No, I got I worked there for 2 years. At the time, I was making crazy money. I was a busboy when I started there. I never made less than $200 a day. I worked 5 days a week. There were times I made more. At some point, I became a back waiter, and then I like never made less than like $350. And then there were times we made like $1,000, and I was like the richest young boy in my neighborhood, and people thought I was a drug dealer, but I was a waiter. And I had an IROC, I had a Saab. I was hobnobbing with all these celebrities for like 2 years. You know, yep. To be honest with you, I did, man. I felt that was the shit. I went to Atlantic City every day. I came home with hundreds of dollars every day. Some days I would just go gamble it all because I knew, what the hell, I'll get it back tomorrow.
You're fired. You're fired.
What was the best job I ever had? And then I got fired one day on some bullshit. And I was so mad I joined the army.
You're fired. You're fired.
That's when I went to join the army.
You're fired. You're fired.
Well, thank you for your service.
Yep, but that's what happened. No, I wasn't mad. I always wanted to join the army. I just took that as an opportunity. Like I had always knew I was going to be in the army or something. Anyway, I was really telling y'all the scoop that I'm going to be doing that one day. The protest I'm talking about. One day soon. I put it out there. I want an effigy. I want somebody, not an F and a G. That's not two letters and not a fucking a G. It's an F and a G. The effigy. You ever know what an effigy is?
Yes.
One of those things like dummies, dolls, whatever, statue.
Yours would be like a voodoo doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
it wouldn't be an
now was
effigy.
Trump.
Effigy.
Yes, and in England right now they got Trump effigies all over the place. You know, but I want one of Stephanie Cash, and I posted that today. So I need some artist out there who's looking at my Facebook page and sees this image of this lady. I need you to do an effigy. I'll figure out a way to pay you, whatever.
And put toilet paper on her ass. Don't forget the toilet paper.
But it's perfectly legal to do stuff like that. Someone said I'm being childish, but you know what, man? I can't forget 16 months. And it just irritates me. I wake up every day and I think about it. I can't help it. Maybe that's PTSD prison style. I don't know. But
man.
Yeah, I'm just irritated. And I'm a peaceful guy, so I can't do nothing crazy.
You need to just smoke pot and
this is
chill
one of
till
the
you get the
goofy
money.
things I'm going to do. I'm going to stand out in front of her house one day with this effigy.
Why?
Why? I don't know.
Yeah, let it go, man.
Because I'm not doing nothing.
Let it go.
Because I'm not doing nothing. Maybe if the business was back up and running, I had something to do every day.
It's coming, bro. What the hell are you talking about?
It's
August
coming.
5th.
Yeah, August 5th. Come to the joint.
Man.
We'll see.
We'll see. Bullshit. We'll see.
Bullshit. It's gonna be huge.
Well, ticket sales are light right now. Who knows? It's still a few weeks away, so I'm happy.
Talk about it, man.
You know, it's
August
out there.
5th. It's a Sunday.
You could donate.
And
Just
then I got
donate.
a hater painter. I mean, a hater out there who's talking crap.
You're
step on, bro. Look, step on, brother. Look, you done went up the wrong.
You got something to say here.
You done
Say
went
it.
up the wrong tree.
Here you go.
As long as the Eagles are ganja green, man, we're
Say
always gonna be Eagle fans. So take your blue giant ass back up the highway.
Yeah. You almost got murked, man. You almost got murked, bro. You see that brother over there took his glasses off? Yeah, you. I think he's a fellow Eagle fan too, man.
Oh no.
If you said that Giants shit, he took his fucking glasses off and look at you like you was white. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I'm half
Right.
white. Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, with that green, that dark ass green hat on. You got on.
You an Eagle lamb, bro.
I'm Giants. Win, lose till I die. Like win, lose, draw.
I think it's time to
Stop.
bury
It
him.
may happen
Turn
soon.
his mic off.
See,
I want to hear this.
In about 20
I
years.
just noticed his hat. I was like,
Yeah, that's right. Champions.
Look, it's long.
You see, look, a
as
typical
long-
Giant fan. He ain't even got no
long as
Giant
it-
colors on, bro. No Giant hat. No championship hats. No championship shorts.
I was a little,
nothing,
I was
man.
a little disappointed. This
Hurtful
year.
It's in here. I think it's fun.
What's that? What's that? It's an acid giant fan. Holy
Hey,
crap!
listen, man, you gotta give credit where credit's due, man. Like, you know,
You guys won 3. Can't you just get happy? We finally won 1. Just,
you've been buried.
Look. That's like, what's that? I can't read Latin. What's that? 52?
How long has it been?
52.
How long has it been though? How long?
Oh, it's long, baby. Hold on.
About
What are we
time.
talking about?
Like what happens going on the other years though.
I like the Giants, man.
Thank you, Giants.
Yeah,
when I turn 60, 70, 80s, I'm still gonna be a Giants. Big Blue, New York.
You better be happy. That's the last one you're going to see.
I love Giants.
Because you got 2 quarterbacks now that you don't know what the hell's going on now.
No,
you got 2 quarterbacks.
What about you,
You got
man?
quarterback
Are you
problems.
fans too?
We don't got quarterback problems. that redhead, ugly looking stepchild. Big Dick Nick, he won a Super Bowl for us, and he's done.
He's not done. He needs to come back for you guys.
Nah, if we need him, he's a great backup.
He's going to start the beginning of the season, probably.
Nah.
That's how they're looking at it.
You think so?
You don't think Wentz is going to be ready by the beginning of the season?
Really?
We'll see.
Not quite.
We'll see.
Nah, he's got a
But
little bit to go.
doesn't matter. We got 2 Super Bowl quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I hope when they first do the change, they don't suddenly just do it. I hope they like put him in a couple times. They do it like that. Maybe second quarter. Let him start second quarter. Do it like that. Make a transition.
Yeah. Jay, come on over here, Jay.
Anyway, I'm up.
I'll take my seat.
Jay.
Come on over here. Have a seat, man. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, I just used your article about me in an argument the other day.
Good.
Somebody posted online that I was a joke. So, of course, I went and found your article where you start out. The title is "Weed Man is no joke." And I posted it up.
Anybody who thinks you're still a joke in 2018,
Still
is
a joke.
fool.
So I was a joke.
Anybody who still feels that, never.
Never.
But it
I'm
took
kidding, I'm
society
kidding.
a while to catch up with you, Ed.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
You know, you were way ahead of your time, and you still are a little bit. And I know that that's put you in some vulnerable positions. And,
Yes, it did.
It robbed you of your liberty.
Yes, it did.
And I think it sucks. You're a legend. And it's funny because I wrote that article about you, and then shortly after, I wrote an article about N.A. Poe in Philly.
Mhm.
And he was like, did my article get more hits than his? And it was a race. It was a close one between
That
you.
is funny.
I know, but you won.
Yeah,
you won. Actually.
No, but it's funny that like I didn't even think of that. I saw your article about him, but I didn't think of it like that.
He was really competitive. I don't. Maybe,
No,
maybe he
you
felt
know,
insecure in your shadow.
from the very beginning, from very early. And you know, again, I try not even to be talking about people like this, but since you brought him up, I don't know. I used to feel that about him for some reason. He didn't like me for I don't know. I didn't know exactly why. But I don't know if I should use the word jealous, but that was what I used to think. It was more that.
Maybe
or
a little.
something
Sure,
like that.
definitely.
It was, but whatever. At some point, he rubbed me wrong, and I just ignored him. That's all.
The spotlight that you have acquired just by doing what you do is, I think, something that a lot of other activists really crave. And
But they complain about the things I do as I do them.
Oh, they do it about me too.
Yeah,
And
it's like,
fuck
wait a
'em.
minute, but the reason why you pay attention to me is because of the things I do. But then you like don't like the things I do. Then why you pay attention to the things I do? Like I can go on and on and on all day about that.
Do they ever suggest, yeah, you should do it this way?
Oh, of course, they all do. A lot of them do.
I wanted
Yes,
to
ma'am.
thank you. I saw a posting. Apparently, we have friends in common, the Cannons, Jim and Anita
Oh,
Cannon.
nice. Yeah.
I grew up with their daughters, Lisa and Michelle.
They gave me an air conditioner for a halfway house.
I saw that, and I just wanted to say thank you for everything that you do.
Makes me
'cause,
happy too.
you know, I wasn't. I'm opening my eyes more and more to everything and what everybody does individually, and it's like nice. Like now that I'm following people more than to just follow them, and I'm saying, I'm
taste
like,
that?
oh wow, you
That's
know,
one of
like
the-
I like that. Like now I'm looking into more and more things and getting involved in more things.
Organizing.
Exactly. Definitely. Finding out what more and more what's happening down in my neck of the woods because
Yeah.
everything seems to be up here.
Where do you live?
I'm in Camden County.
So I'm in Cherry Hill.
Yeah.
So
So we're right there.
we got some.
Yeah.
I'm proof that there's still white trash in Camden County. And I always will be.
Well, you know what? I keep telling
Deep enough
these
into the
guys.
county.
I'm in Cherry Hill, though.
I'm in-
definitely the
Yeah,
trashiest
you
thing in
gotta
Cherry
keep
Hill.
going a
I'm
little
in
bit more east to
Oakland.
get into the.
I'm in Oakland. I'm like
No,
I
you're-
butt
no,
right
no,
up
no, you're-
against Fairview.
Yes, I know. So you're well.
I'm more in the hood.
Yeah.
I'm more in the hood. I
You're
win.
Cherry Hill, Camden County.
I've been trying to open up an eagle exchange in my house, but the Democrats are like,
they're being dickheads.
well, of course they
huh?
are, and I am a very progressive guy, but
Yeah.
the Democrats in Camden County are.
Wait a minute, but doing it in Cherry Hill, you'll get lynched in front of a temple there.
Mhm. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's your biggest problem. Is it's the Jews.
They wouldn't lynch him.
It really is.
But
wow,
the Cherry Hill
about.
temple members would never let him do that there.
No way. Nope.
And I'm not even being funny. I mean, he's
no,
he's
I
from
mean,
Cherry-
and they
he's from
won't. And the facts are that those are the facts. They won't let it happen
that would
because
happen
of the area, because they're too effing snobby.
They're
That's what I
stuck
was
up,
saying.
yeah, and they're scared. I mean, if you
Yeah.
think Cherry Hill's bad, you
But
should
if
go to
he-
Haddonfield.
but if you
Yeah,
made the
exactly.
same-
That's what I was talking about. Like with the growers and
But if you
know,
made the same
they don't
argument
want-
to have it in South Camden, Cherry Hill and Haddonfield,
Oh, they'd be all
supporters
over that.
would be donating money to it.
Oh,
Definitely.
yeah.
We would be like
Oh,
planting
yeah.
trees out front because that
Yep.
makes white people feel better about
Yep,
themselves.
absolutely.
Oh my God, you guys, let's go dig a well in Central America and be virtuous. Hey.
And let's
In the meantime, we caused war there.
Let's raise our tax dollars
Stop
for
bringing
no
up those
reason at all.
details. You're so detail oriented.
This is why they locked me up, because I can't.
Has the new mayor come by to see you?
I've talked to him twice now.
Oh, good.
I saw you at the inauguration that day. I was like, that's pretty cool. I was watching that live. I was like, that's neat.
By the way, Morgan, it's a pleasure to meet you.
Awesome.
You know,
No.
the funny thing about
I'm a
that
writer.
inauguration,
You're fine. I used to
I
work
was
at a
holding
law
the
firm,
camera,
but I
and
wasn't an
I
attorney.
put like one thing.
Hold on.
I got
Who's talking
a
here?
whole bunch of film.
You do radio for a living. You're a professional radio guy. Interview,
thought he-
yeah,
I
you
thought he got
interview
off the
Morgan. I want you to
radio.
take over and interview Morgan because Morgan has a lot to talk about too.
Oh, she's.
I got another minute
Yes,
or two.
absolutely.
So, Morgan, you
Okay,
live
we
in
want to-
Philadelphia.
I lived in Philadelphia, and I was raised in Philadelphia, and
Oh
then
my
I came
God.
to be with all these lovely people, and I started coming to the joint. But I
Good.
did go to the Philly Smoke Sesh.
This is the island of misfit toys.
So
here.
many people start their activism by getting arrested.
Oh my God! I know.
That's what happened to
This
me.
is my new
Oh my God,
Echelon
yeah.
Mall.
Yeah,
This is like. I was an Echelon Mall rat. Was one of the originals. This is
Wow.
my new Echelon Mall. So like,
Wait a minute, how
Rocky
old are you?
We need
Horror
an Orange
Picture Show.
Julius, though.
I'm just curious. Are we
I'll
the same age?
I'll be 40 in September.
Oh well, you couldn't have been the original Echelon Mall rat. I'm 53.
Yeah, you're too
and
young.
when I was 17, that's where I went.
Where
Oh,
you grew up in
Echelon
Camden,
Mall.
Yeah,
didn't you?
then you got
I
me
did.
beat.
I did the YMCA right there.
Oh yeah.
You know,
But you
I
know
went
what?
to
Now
the
it's,
library right
it's
there.
Voorhees Town Center now.
Is there any marijuana?
We used to get we still.
Okay.
I mean,
All
I'm
over.
sure the kids probably still do smoke up behind,
Oh,
but
thank you.
behind the library.
Yeah,
right
behind the
there.
library
So,
on the-
yeah.
on the water.
Oh, yeah.
Now they
trust
get
me.
spoke
That's
up
what
and
I'm saying. It
down.
could be the
Yeah.
original because I used to.
You're
be in the
right. Yep,
library.
you got me beat. Then I'm sorry.
I think there's everybody from that area did until at some point. Then they said Bedford Mall, and then buses and phones, and
yeah,
they don't do that
everybody,
no more.
Deptford Mall and Cherry Hill Mall, and then everybody started getting kicked out because they started getting stupid because they started giving stuff other than weed, and
Yeah,
that's when they started getting into ecstasy and
Uh.
tripping and shrooms.
I think the
and-
first major place that I used to smoke weed at regularly was the Echelon
Echelon
skating
Mall.
ring. No,
Oh,
the
wow.
skating
Yeah,
ring.
exactly. That's where I started. That was the
Yup.
first place I ever
So,
smoked
that's,
weed.
that's where I hung out.
That's
as
the
a kid.
first joint I ever had was at Echelon Skating Ring.
The first joint I ever had was at a gay bar in Baltimore called the Hippo, and for years I would go back and like tell who it was in the women's room, and I'd tell whoever was in the women's room that story, and they're like, I don't fucking care, but I would tell them anyway. And it closed recently, and I actually felt a sense of loss. So I smoked a joint to get over my loss, and then I smoked another one to forget about my, yeah.
Was there a hole in the wall at that one?
Smack him.
Are you? Yes.
Just smack him. Just,
Yes,
just
there
smack him.
was, and my ass is still sore. Or maybe that was when Steve Sweeney, screwed us over the budget. But who knows?
Okay, does that make you gay if you laugh at that joke?
No,
I'm just kidding, man. I'm kidding.
only if you, You can march in our parades, you can laugh at our jokes, you can come to our musicals, but you have to suck cock to be gay.
Oh,
Oh wow.
wow.
Never happened.
What if you
I
just
know.
like it?
Honestly, I don't like to do it either. I would much rather just like lay there and.
I thought this was a weed show.
I know, but
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I started that.
Hey,
I was trying.
Hey, you're on,
Make them
you're on
do
the
you,
air.
honey.
Hold on, you're on the air. Who's this?
I thought that was.
You're on the air. Turn off your.
Yo, could you hear me?
Yeah. Turn off your. Go next to your computer.
Yeah, Demko, I'm on a different phone now.
Oh Jesus! You got to turn your computer down.
All right. That better?
Yes, sir. Steve, I can hear you now. How you doing, buddy?
All right. Well, first of all, I don't want to change the topic, and I know Weed Man is there, and me and him disagree on certain issues, but I'm cool with that. Everybody's entitled to an opinion, but you know, he
What issue? What issue? No. What issue?
No. I know who Steve Demko is. I never met him, but he's a Facebook. No. I didn't say that. Somebody else said troll.
Troll.
No.
I'm not your troll.
No, I didn't say that. Someone else said that. No, you're cool. The only thing we argue about right now is bail reform, and it's not that we argue. We just have a different opinion.
I didn't argue about that because I know that's off limits, and I'm not going to lose you as somebody I think highly of because we disagree.
It's all good. You know what
That's
it is?
what I want.
So many people smoke weed, all walks of life, and I get to meet people that come from a totally different ideological standpoint on some things, but they smoke weed, so I end up knowing them. And as long as certain topics don't pop up, we don't argue.
Yeah. As long as they choose the marijuana program is bullshit.
I didn't hear the last thing. Say that again.
I said I think the whole medical program is bullshit.
Oh, it definitely is.
I have 6 qualifying conditions. I have 10 doctors, and I cannot get prescribed anything but opiates unless I get a special doctor and form a special relationship and pay.
That's called the weed man.
The weed man.
I'm just joking. But yeah, get it? Listen, there is weed on the street. I keep telling everybody, just boycott this system anyway. Find yourself a good pot dude, whether he's getting it from California, whatever. Just find yourself a good weed man and stick with him, support his business, and the hell with the state monopolies that they're trying to set up.
Wow.
My brother, I do that. But you know what? It would be nice to know if I get pulled over and I have a little something that it's not going to turn into a problem.
Well,
get that card.
Does have its advantage.
Well, there are jars all over this table here. I advise you to come down here one day and steal somebody's jar. They won't press charges or potheads. I mean, steal somebody's jar, and then you take your weed and you carry your weed in that jar.
Exactly.
I got like 3 of these jars, and I don't have a prescription.
Do you know that
I shouldn't even have said that, but whatever.
The dispensary in Atlantic City hands out a bunch of extra stickers when you buy stuff, so you could just like put them wherever you want. I'm like, I'll have 14 of them, please. It's like the receipt at Walgreens.
Well,
it's like,
I'm not a medical patient, so I'm not
So how many do you want to take home with you?
Well, you know, my doctors could hand out Percocets like they're M&Ms, but they can't write a medical marijuana prescription. And I think that's bad.
In all honesty, they did kind of open it up a lot more. You know, I myself.
I don't see any change, Ed.
I don't. I thought. See again. I so don't agree. Want to be in a program that sometimes I don't follow up and keep up with everything. When I was in jail, though, I did read this whole thing when he was Governor Murphy did expand it, right? And he added all these new conditions and all this stuff to it. It didn't it even go as far as chronic pain. Almost everything fits into chronic pain. When I was in California, everybody had chronic pain. I mean, you can walk into a doctor out there and say, listen, dude, every time I'm near my boss, I get this chronic pain in my butt. But when I smoke weed, it goes away. And the doctor will be like, oh, dude, I suggest that you continue. I recommend that you continue to do that. And you can get a card for that in California just by saying that every time you came near your boss, you got a pain in the butt. So
the problem is that a doctor that could write for Percocets all day long, but he has to be a special doctor to prescribe something that's not harmful or addictive.
Yeah, but in all honesty, again, and again, I don't like the program. I haven't joined the program, but I do know
you need the program.
All you got to do is go to the state's website, go to the health department link, and look up the medical marijuana program. It has a whole link of a whole bunch of doctors, and I think there's a couple doctors in Patterson. I think you're from Patterson. I think there are a couple doctors right in Patterson, so you could go to a doctor right in Patterson.
Yes, get your card.
But what I'm saying is they will not take insurance. I have health insurance. They won't take health insurance. They won't acknowledge anything from any of my other medical doctors I've been seeing for years.
Yeah, that is a problem.
That
is a legitimate big problem for a person in your situation. Did you happen to notice in the news yesterday?
How about we have special doctors to hand out opiates, and any doctor could prescribe marijuana? How about that? Cannabis, excuse me.
Say it again, Ed. Say it again.
That's in the works.
Yeah.
It is in the works with the expansion that Governor Murphy did. It's in the works. Technically now, any doctor can prescribe you a New Jersey medical marijuana program patient card. And yes,
that's not what any of my doctors told me.
No, this just happened like a couple of weeks ago.
I know there was talk about it, but I don't know if it happened. I don't know. Again, I haven't paid attention.
Yeah, they don't know. A lot of them don't know.
A lot of the doctors do not know.
They don't know. That's he struck a. They don't know what they can and can't do anymore.
Well, get the information and give it to your doctor. I'm not sure about that one. I don't know.
True.
I am. Friend me up on Facebook.
Hey, Wayne usually is up on his facts. He doesn't argue about anything that he doesn't believe in.
That's true.
Unless it's some Trump shit. But other than that, he's on point with most things.
So if we become a full recreational state, what is the advantage to having a medical card?
Well,
zilch.
That's not true, man.
What?
How about when you go to California and when you go to Vegas and when you go to Colorado?
Most of the other states,
it's cheaper.
Yeah,
it's the medical side is always cheaper, man. They're not screwing you on the taxes.
But the average person is not traveling all over the country. So
I'm just saying that if you have a medical card, you won't pay taxes.
In the weed's cheaper in most states where they have a legal / recreational laws. What happens is the medical side doesn't pay as much, and they tend not to. Most of them tend not to pay taxes in most states.
And I think they get a preference, like a product that gets short, they get theirs first. But I'm not sure what New Jersey is doing on this. I'm at the point where I don't see advantage to get a medical card at this point.
Some even get to grow. Imagine if in New Jersey, as a patient, you could get to grow.
Imagine.
It'd be a lot
That's all we're
cheaper.
gonna do is imagine.
No. You got to make things happen. Imagination, and
We
then you
can't.
got to.
Well,
actually, Lefty, we got to sign up that petition. Weedman's out.
I'll sign it too.
I did.
Well, let's do it online. Let's do it now during the podcast, bro. Let's see how many people signed up. Let's tell the people where to go. Can we do that, Lefty?
I'm with you on that. I'm just frustrated. I don't have $1,000 to spend to get a medical card, so I have to stay on the ground. And
It's not that much.
Said, well,
it's not that much.
Patronize your local guy.
No.
I got plenty of local guys, but it would be nice to know that I'm safe if the man wants to ask questions.
Listen, you could do this for. In all honesty, it's going to be for about under $400.
I got a doctor.
Even if you don't have $400.
Okay, I got a doctor that'll do it for 125. Come on, 125. Do I hear 125? Do I hear 20? Hey, 125.
Ask Lefty to PM me the name of that doctor. I'll be there tomorrow.
You got it. The doctor is Dr. Nina Pineda, and he is on Route 70 in Lakewood, and it is called South Jersey Physicians for Adults.
There you go. Physicians for Adults.
$125. Tell them Cindy Ruggiero sent you. If you make them your primary.
I'm up here in the Passaic County area, and things are crazy up here because, it's densely populated. So every doctor that I called that was listed,
they're $400.
You have to form a relationship, which takes 5 visits.
It's
and
bullshit.
they're $250 cash each.
Yeah. The Hasman Institute for Pain is offering discounts. Yeah, if you go there for your medical marijuana card, we can get you discounts. I'm not
Don't
sure.
get me wrong. I I don't need the card to access dispensaries. I have no problem accessing.
Oh, hell no. You need the card to protect yourself.
It's like a get out of jail free card, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah. It's a magic card. There's no doubt about it. Me and
That's what I've been saying since day one, bro. That's why you get your card. That's why you jump through the hoops and shit. So, hey, as a stoner, you're going to be driving and you're going to have a joint or two. You're going to have a little bit of weed.
Exactly.
And then, boom, you can show them your card. And, hey, here's my card.
And then they won't stick their fingers.
You go to the dispensary once, you get a couple jars. Then you buy your shit from your local man. You put the shit in the jars. And who's going to know the goddamn difference?
You got to get your card first.
Yeah, you know what it else protects you from? If you have this card and you smell like weed, the cops can't stick their fingers up your ass. Totally protects you.
Sure they can.
No, they can't. No,
They'll still try.
No, not if you have a card. They're not allowed
They'll
to.
still try. They don't care.
No,
I know it has happened, though.
Oh, it happened down the
heard
street.
about that incident.
Yeah, matter of fact, that wasn't far from where I live. Right down 38 in South
Cindy's got a
End.
huge lawsuit.
Oh, hell yeah. He's
Cindy's
suing for a lot.
jealous.
Yeah, don't be jelly.
I'm jealous
she was
that
like,
I-
those cops were so cute.
Yeah.
Why couldn't they check my rectum?
I haven't had it in so long. Oh, my God. I need to get pulled over by state police. Smelling like pot.
You know,
You gotta tell him I don't have a
Weed
license.
Man.
I don't have a license.
Weed Man. Oh, he's
I
still
want to tell Weed Man, even though we disagree, you know, I appreciate all he does as fighting for the cause. I really, really do.
Well, he
You know,
he hears you.
You know, so I hope that next month when I come to the opening or his party, I just hope I'm welcome. I'm not going to start any trouble. I'll contribute. I'll donate.
Dude, listen, it's not new to me to be arguing with people online. I've been doing it for years. You don't bother me. Really, not really. We just disagree on that. It's all good. You did irritate me a couple days ago, but I'm over that. That was a few days ago.
I know I did.
Yeah, it's over. I'm good, man. New day. I try not even to hold grudges. I'm good.
What was that about?
And like
It was
like
nothing.
I said to you before,
we just had a disagreement, and it went back and forth, like seriously, for a minute.
About what?
But it was all good.
What
It's
subject?
The bail reform. But see,
Oh.
you know how I feel about that. I just spent 16 months in under the bail reform.
Yeah,
and I'm very, very biased and very hard for me to accept other people thinking that it's good. So it's probably just as much my fault.
I respect that totally.
It's probably just as much my fault. Like, you know, I let my personal emotions get involved. We'd probably talk about other things, and I wouldn't go there at all. I wouldn't get that mad. But I did get mad. I admit, I'm the one that got mad. All right. But I'm going to hop off and stop talking about it. Otherwise, I'm going to get mad at these people here because they were all free while I was locked up.
You know, that gets stupid again.
Yeah, it's all good. I'd like to meet you and have a smoke and all that at the
Well,
joint.
hopefully Nick will be around. I'll bring him. I
These
want you to meet
people
him,
been
man.
illegally getting me high. Now I can't even talk. All right. Yeah, I forgot the name of my own place. Look, I gotta hop off.
Ed's too high
Peace.
right now. He's really ripped.
The joint.
Well, let me let you guys go. Good hearing from you. So let me let you get back on topic.
Steve, I got a quick.
And I appreciate the information about the doctor.
Steve, I got a quick.
I'm going to make it up. He's
Hold
going to
on.
hang up
I
on
got
you.
a quick question for you, Steve. Who's a bigger douche, Donald Trump or Jeff Sessions?
Really?
I tried to warn you.
Thanks, Cindy. Thanks for being a team player, Cindy.
Well, I was being a hater in the beginning. I figured I'd do my good deed for the show.
Thanks. That doesn't endear you to the getting more mic time.
Yo, before Weed Man leaves, we
This
gotta talk
is
to
not
him.
my phone, just for the record.
Hello.
It's not my phone. It's hers, not mine.
We got to talk to
Just
Weed Man
for the
before he
record.
leaves.
Weed Man before he leaves?
Yeah, if you want to take
Okay.
that freaking video. Hello.
Hey, if you want to see the real podcast, this is it here. Go to Facebook Live. Go to you can hear us
He's
all
looking
better.
at all the
You can hear
people
the
that are
phone calls.
watching on my phone right
And
now,
here you
which
can-
is
you can-
like 40.
You can watch this now.
Oh.
No, there's actually zero.
Well, nope, they're there. I just made it so you can't see them.
Oh.
She made it so you can't
Oh,
see
that old gag.
She's tricky.
Oh, hey, oh. Wish you all had that one.
But they can still comment.
Oh, there's one.
There's
Sorry, just one.
No,
That's
one.
Cindy.
Let me get a good picture.
No, it's Tracy.
See, here you go. You got to watch this podcast. It's on YouTube. We want to promote Sativa Cross West. Honeybee.
Wait.
On Sativa Cross West.
Sativa Cross West. on the
Sativa
East
Cross
Coast.
West. And here, you can look at my penis for now.
Oh, is
All
that?
right.
say this because Chris
Go ahead.
Yeah, what are we doing? Are we doing that today?
Like, let me know what's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right.
that's all. Yeah, no,
Give him a real shot, Lefty. I dare you.
Man. Yo, this is crazy. I'm feeling dizzy.
Uh-oh.
Paparazzi. Here, have some medicated basin oil with bread.
You're not passing
Oh
out. on
shit!
the-
No, he is. Okay.
Call 911, someone, please.
No, I'm out. First aid. He's okay here. Get out of the way. Get me some water. You okay, bud?
Gotcha!
This fucking son of a bitch.
Yeah, fucking son of a
You think you're funny, huh? You think you're
dick!
funny.
Wow.
All right.
I put my joint down for that, you butts.
I put the phone down. I'm like, oh shit, here we go again.
I'm like, he's
You're an
okay.
asshole. You're
He's
a-
okay.
you're
Give
a
me some
dick.
fucking water. I was gonna fucking
Oh,
throw fucking
you're
water
a
on your head.
Dick.
Give me fucking water. It's going on his head.
Move out of the camera. I want to see it. Yeah. What the?
Am I the only one not nervous here?
That's fucked up.
Get my phone.
It
Fix
wouldn't.
it.
It'd be funny if it was like the first time, but considering that it's happened.
I thought it was funny.
That's not funny.
It's funny.
It probably wasn't funny.
It's
You
funny.
don't use it as a pull, though.
No, it's funny.
Wait, you hang up on me? You talk crap about me? I just got you
I
back,
like
dude.
it. I
Doesn't
like
he hang? Yo, you be talking on,
I like
you be on
it.
his show.
Yeah.
You're having a conversation, and he just like hangs up.
Fuck
or he
yeah.
says something rude,
Ha.
and he hangs up.
Hey, high
So-
five me. I
so
thought it
I
was
just got
fucking
him back.
hysterical. I
Yeah,
thought it was
I got
fucking
him back.
hysterical. Yeah.
I got him
All
back.
right, Ed. Yeah.
There you go. Paybacks are a bitch.
Yeah.
Thank you.
See, me, it helped
He made me
out.
sick for. I've been. I went up for
Oh,
3
you planned
days
this with
'cause of that-
him?
No, that fucking glove.
planned this with him?
No, nobody planned it with them, dude. Just some of us know how to react calmly and not act like a little dramatized girl when something big happens.
What was that? I can't hear you anymore. I don't even know who you are anymore. I don't even know. I don't even see you anymore.
You called me a girl because I said call 911.
Okay, this is where
Cindy's over here. Oh, I know what to do.
she was about to
lick
go.
his
Dude,
ass.
she licked her finger
She's about to
and she
do
was
the
about to pull your
hiney lick.
pants down. She was pulling
know?
your pants down, bro. Grab the mic. I can't hear you. Grab that.
I can hear Wayne's heartbeat from the ground.
You can hear mine still. I'm still. Jesus, really?
I didn't tell you I grabbed him by the balls. That's what made him flip over. Tell him, Ed. Tell him.
Jesus.
She grabbed your junk.
Nah, my
I grabbed
back
his
hurts.
junk. He rolled over so fucking fast.
Not a good day to do that.
We were taught that in first aid school.
What? They grabbed their junk?
Yeah, if somebody passes out, like makes believe that they're passing out, you grab them by their junk and they get up like boom, just like Ed did. Second, if that don't work because they are turned on by it, you wet your finger and you stick it in their ear. That's why I had my finger in my mouth. I was getting ready to stick it in his fucking ear. And if that doesn't work, you take water, you pour
See,
it all
Ed?
over.
You see what you missed?
You pour it
You
all
should have
over.
laid down for 5 minutes more. You would have got all that.
I would have molested the
You would've
shit
got
out of
all-
you. Shit. You would have wished you were back wherever.
Yo, oh, wow.
My hands would have been all up on that shit.
Oh, see, he drops the mic and he literally. Wait, are we making this video or what?
Yeah, tonight.
We got to make this video.
Got to finish where I
right.
started.
What do you mean, all right? Let's figure out the
Yeah.
video part.
I think he wants to talk to us later at the joint, but
Yeah, wants me
I'm
to,
leaving. I'm going right up to where I got to go.
you know that,
Is that Dolly
Tracy?
Parton?
Wants me to finish what I started.
No.
Just don't make me laugh.
One of those jokes.
I can't take it.
Oh God, wasn't that fun?
Oh, yeah.
No, that was not freaking fun.
It was
That was funny.
Because
Got us.
Don
Got
went
us.
through
It
that
was
too.
actually
That's the
kinda-
second time that I know about. Well,
third.
only
That's the
reason
third. That's the third.
and honestly,
So basically, you watch Lefty get punked.
I can't hear
not
you.
cool.
Talk on the mic.
You got punked, Lefty. You got like royal punked by the weed man.
You've got royally.
So did
punked.
you.
No, I didn't get punked. That
You
was
licked your finger after where that finger's been. You had to put your finger in your mouth.
She grabbed his
yeah.
junk.
I'll tell you what. That was an adrenaline rush to me. Did you see how excited I got when that happened? I was like, yeah,
like me and the
Or that big
motorcycle.
I'm
black
a
Lambo.
superwoman. Yaha!
It was
I
my-
got to grab some balls. Yeah.
I was at my doctor's yesterday, and I showed him the picture of me sitting on the motorcycle on Don's motorcycle, and he said, "Was it on it?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "It's the best vibrator in the world." He's like, "Oh, so you liked it then, huh?" And I
Guess
said,
what?
"Oh yeah."
Guess what, Tracy? I'm picking you up on my Harley Davidson tomorrow.
Yo, can we talk about cannabis?
Oh yeah.
I'm picking her up on my bike. She's
Let's
going
go
to
to
tell
that
you all
petition.
about it. I used to drive the weed man around on
I
the
wanna
back
go
of
to
my
that
motorcycle.
petition.
Did you know that?
I want to go to that.
Yeah, we were
petition.
buddies, and I used to drive him
Sign
on the
the
back of my
petition.
Harley. Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Grow.
sign the petition.
Grow.
Grow. Home
Let us
grows.
grow.
Let us grow.
Hello, McFly.
Right. True story.
Let us grow.
McFly.
Let us grow.
Sign the petition.
Sign the petition. We want to grow marijuana.
Give me the petition.
I signed it.
We need
I've
to.
shared it.
Give me the petition.
Yes, sign the petition. We want to grow pot. Please.
Joanne
We want to grow our
posted
own
it.
medicine. Go on.
Joanne posted it, and definitely sign it, share it. Everybody you know needs to sign it. Like it needs to be done. Definitely.
It's very easy. It takes you like 2 minutes, literally 2 minutes of your time.
Have some bread.
Yeah.
It's Jesus's body.
It's so easy.
Have Jesus's body and Jesus's blood. Jesus' blood
It's
and Jesus' body.
petitions.moveon.org.
Get the Jesus' blood out.
Legalize cannabis home cultivation for New Jersey.
You guys killed me. There's no way I can eat anything.
Have some.
I can't chew.
Oh. Hello.
You're on the air.
Honeybee.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Honeybee.
Hi, Honeybee.
How's the
Hi,
weather?
Jersey.
How's the weather?
Well, you know,
yeah,
I'm just waking up in my pot field, so I'm not quite sure yet.
We always got a dark cloud over us here in Trenton for some reason.
I have to put my trip off for a little while.
No, like it's gonna rain, but it waits till after the
It's
show.
nice and sunny here. I just looked.
Sativa or indica are you laying in today? Which field? Which hill?
Sativa, right? Did I guess it?
Yes, sativa, because it's morning.
Yes, that's a morning pot.
Yes, strawberry cough is what I'm laying in right now.
Strawberry cough.
And how much did that cost you?
Yeah.
$1 a gram?
Oh, $50 an ounce.
$50 an ounce. Can you tell my people where you live? What town you? What state is that? What planet do you live on? $50 an ounce?
Yeah.
Well, I'm in America.
Oh wow! Oh my God, that's amazing. I think
Jersey's a different country.
I think it is. It's the lost world. That time forgot.
Right?
Yes. Yeah.
It sure is.
Oh man, they really need to catch up to the West Coast.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, and everywhere in between. Nah. So, Lefty, did you see Lefty screaming like a little girl on a sidewalk the other day?
Oh, I scream like a man.
I think somebody smacked his hand and knocked him down and hurt him. He boo-booed his knee.
Through me. She did a judo. Look at the slow-mo.
You got an owie?
He got boo-boo on his knee.
She knocked me to the ground.
Yeah, but she wouldn't kiss his. She wouldn't kiss his boo-boo.
And you're lucky she didn't have a knife or a gun, because, you know.
Yeah, she was scared.
She was ready to get you.
She was scared
She
of
was
him
scared.
and Michelle in her wheelchair.
And the police report said it didn't know. She didn't know if it was a him or a her.
Yeah, well, yes,
It
because
did.
well,
Yeah.
he was Miss Grimes at one point, and then went back to Mr. Grimes.
Yes, and then he was a him, and then it went back to a her.
It said Miss Grimes.
Yes, it's
Yeah.
Mrs. Grimes.
It said Miss Grimes.
It's Ms. Lefty goes by Ms.
Grimes.
He goes by Ms.
Ms. Grimes.
That's Lefty Ms. Grimes.
That shit was true.
Yes.
Leftina? That shit was for real.
Yes. So she said she was really, really terrified. Because he threatened to like
Who?
sue.
Who threatened? Mrs. Grimes threatened?
Ms. Grimes. Ms. Grimes said there wasn't no way to get a wheelchair in there, and that they were going to sue.
Who did I threaten? I didn't threaten anybody. I just told her I was going to sue her in court.
You're
I
gonna-
was going to use the legal system to my advantage
and-
to redact, to take fiduciary
But
responsibility
she
for
needed you
corporation.
to explain to her what a wheelchair ramp
She needed
was.
you to explain to her what a wheelchair ramp is.
Yeah, you should be selling those things,
But
really.
they sell wheelchairs, but they just don't sell the wheelchair ramp, right?
Yeah, you can't get in or out. So you got to do the Jersey
You
City
can't
jump.
get in or out.
Jersey City jump.
Jersey City
You
jump.
got to bust your balls.
Honeybee, the report, I don't think I would have believed it if I didn't read it myself. But yeah, it says that
She was
that
scared.
the woman was scared of him.
Her. Or her. It said him or
and
her.
And it went back and forth between him and her.
And him and her. But he was one. He was one.
She was so scared that her arms just started beating him.
And she started screaming like a demon. And she left her safe place. She left her safe place to smack him.
It was nuts.
She's like, I gotta smack you. I gotta knock you down.
She needed him to explain what a wheelchair ramp was.
What do you mean?
What does a
What do you mean? This wheelchair ramp.
What to say? What is a
We
wheelchair?
sell wheelchair. We don't sell ramp.
She didn't say that. She said nothing.
Nothing. I just say I smack
Slam the
you.
door.
I slam the door. I cut off your fingers, and then I punch you, and I knock you down.
I can't believe that.
That's how they are allowed to do it when you're a business owner. You're lucky she didn't grab the
think
gun
she's
under the
American?
counter and
Is
shoot
she
your
American?
ass.
Yeah.
You're supposed. What?
You got the wrong.
Hold on.
Oh, here it is.
There's so nice wheelchairs.
I'm looking to buy.
Oh boy, we get to hear satanic noises.
I'm looking to buy a wheelchair.
Excuse me. Turn off the phone. Turn off the phone.
Do you have a wheelchair ramp?
Should I come in?
Do you have a wheelchair ramp? You sell wheelchairs, but you don't sell a wheelchair. Really? You don't sell wheelchair ramps? Wow, really? Really? Yeah. What an idiot. What an idiot. You sell wheelchairs, but no wheelchair ramps. Ah, what a jerk. Aha. We caught you, you idiot. Bring the cops. I'm suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're going to sue you.
That was rude.
We're suing you. We're suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're suing you.
Oh. Oh.
Ow.
She stomped you,
She just
son.
hit me. She just hit me.
She stomped you.
Help. Help.
Bitch slapped to the ground.
She stomped you.
She just hit me on camera.
Oh my God.
Bring the cops. I'm suing you.
No, I don't hear the slow motion.
Slow motion's the best. Watch this. Just hit me. She just hit me.
Enlarge that. Enlarge that.
Help.
The Illuminati camp.
Oh, wow. One. Two. Hold on. All of a sudden, there's a fucking umbrella. Where did the umbrella come from?
Michelle had it. Look at my soda. My soda.
Oh, that's an annoying voice. She got you. That's just weird on so many levels. How long did you lay down before the cops came?
About 5 minutes.
Really?
At least.
Eddie,
Get up.
he was very naughty and got spanked.
I don't like the slow-mo. I like the regular.
I like, you know, if you were able to
The
take
slow-mo
the
makes you
slow-mo
sound like a
sound
man.
and mix it with the regular speed, that would be rad.
In real life, he sounds like, ah!
Stop.
But in slow-mo, it's like,
Do you have a wheelchair ramp?
Should I come in?
Do you have a wheelchair ramp? You sell wheelchairs, but you don't sell a wheelchair. Really? You don't sell wheelchair ramps? Wow, really? Really? Yeah. What an idiot. What an idiot. You sell wheelchairs, but no wheelchair ramps. Ah, what a jerk. Aha. We caught you.
Nanny, nanny, poo, poo.
We caught
Bring the cops. Nelson.
I'm suing you. We're suing you for $100,000. We're suing you.
A real life Nelson.
We're suing you. We're suing you. We're suing you for $100,000.
Bastard. I want my $2.
Ow. She just hit me. She just hit me. Help. 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 Oh, shit.
Man, she hip tossed you, bro. What
She
what is
did.
up with
She
that?
did some sumo shit on me, man.
What?
Yeah, she messed me up. I'm still hurting.
I'm sorry you're hurting,
she's
bro.
yelling. She's
You
yelling, but
took one
she's
for
like
the team,
doing
and we all
karate.
thank
That's
you
like
for it.
Yeah, she's going help. Help. While she's hitting me, she's going help.
Help is
no.
she's slapping you.
Yeah.
Cut
She
me
was-
a break.
she was going like, yeah. It was like karate she was doing.
Hi-ya!
Exactly. Hi-ya! And then she like flipped him on his knee and shit. Hi-ya! Look, because if you keep going back, it's funny. She's screaming, but I'm telling you, we call that Keopping. She is Keopping. Keopping. It was lefties.
Well, he now has crotchless underwear. Just saying. Oh yeah, look, he cut it out right here. Oh, there's even kibbles and bits on this one. Oh, lefty. You sexy bitch, you.
So you're gonna sue, huh? But all she has to do is just get a wheelchair ramp and sell wheelchair ramps.
And this problem would disappear.
And give Lefty a 10% discount for every wheelchair ramp that he sells.
You know what? She didn't even have a wheelchair ramp to get into her store.
I know.
That was the whole problem. There was somebody there in a wheelchair. They wanted to trade their wheelchair in for a better, newer model wheelchair. And there was no way for her to get into, even see the models, let alone test drive the damn things at a normal, perfect speed. And you're not a patient. Get out of my oil. I'm hating
We've
today.
been warned.
I'm hating today. That is the new me. I used to be caring, giving, but now I'm Cindy the hater.
Cindy, forever known as Cindy
the hater. Cindy the hater.
All right.
Yeah, because somebody stole my house and I'm really pissed off.
Cindy, we need to start a new INE thing.
You
And
know-
we're going to call it the High Witness News.
Yes.
And someone needs to go out and
I'll do it.
remotely do it.
I'll do
and
it.
then we can podcast it
You got it.
simultaneously.
I'll
Are
be
you
there.
sure?
Yeah, I love doing that stuff.
Right. High Witness
I'm getting
News
my
every
motorcycle
Thursday with
back. I can
Cindy.
get in spots that they don't usually let you in.
Damn straight.
Cindy's
gonna have her own
Oh my
segment.
God, Cindy'd
Yes, I
be
will.
perfect for this.
That's perfect. I'll have my own news, like 15 minutes.
Should give her like a
Yeah.
15, 20-minute segment,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yep,
and
yep.
From wow.
Not, just
Man,
like
that's
Corruption
stream of
Watch.
consciousness shit.
Corruption Watch made me an editor too,
See?
because I got a lot of good shit happening.
High
right in front of me
Witness
all the
News
time.
with Cindy Rosario.
Got a lot of good shit happening right in front of me all
Kind of
the
like a
time,
modern day
like-
Geraldo Rivera, except
yeah.
way less conservative.
Well, actually, I should have a
And
camera
not an
crew.
asshole.
I should have a camera crew following me around 24/7 because I got like that Truman Show going on. I wake up in the morning and I know
It's got to be live on. Yeah, we have to be
There's
live.
It's gotta
be
Some
live.
form.
Yeah.
Gotta be
whatever
live.
we gotta-
That would be
Yeah.
so
We'll
rad.
figure this out.
That would be
Yeah.
so
Let's figure
rad.
this out.
yeah, and then
I like
if people like look me up, they see like James Franco admitted he was dating our cat for 6 months. He said 6 months. Yeah, true story.
Sorry, that's
Freaking pervert. Who dates
No,
a
it's
cat?
He
Who
was
dates a cat?
dating a cat. He was dating my
Well,
cat.
I don't know. That picture that was up on your Facebook thing was a little suggestive.
Which one?
There, Wayno.
Which one? Oh, Wayno.
Rocket was looking mighty happy.
You should see what Wayno does on live feed.
That was horrible.
Oh my God. I mean, some things you can't unsee.
God.
Okay.
Uh,
Have some Jesus juice, somebody here, but not you.
tell you.
Jesus juice. Jesus juice. Last time I heard that term, it came out of a courtroom, and there's some small
Hold
children
on.
involved.
Hold on. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Hey,
Wow.
Hey,
hey, holy shit just arrived.
Hold on.
Have a seat, holy
Hold
shit.
up.
Hi, holy shit. Give him a mic.
Hold up.
What's up, PH?
I invited my friend Steven. I'm here. We were chatting this morning for like
Here you go,
5
bro.
hours. Made me late. Steven made me late,
Right on, I
Lefty.
feel you.
Oh, he's got his motorcycle. He's got to rub it in because I don't get mine till tomorrow.
Weed does a body good. BH. Everyone loves BH. Raise your hands. Up. Hey, hands up.
So Cindy, you're gonna take me on
Lefty
a ride
on a
tomorrow,
string.
So I don't have to sit home by myself alone.
Finally,
What was that?
You're gonna take me on a
Thank-
ride
thank
tomorrow,
goodness.
So I don't have
Legally
to
at the
sit home by
podcast.
myself?
You gotta talk into the mic, please.
Right
My
on.
mouth hurts. I don't want to talk
Oh
anymore.
shit, my camera went like
Now,
up in the air.
what is the weed man saying? Fuck the law
Yeah.
and what?
Smoke it anyway.
Ah, thanks. I needed to remember that. So the
How
whole
could you
quote
forget?
is fuck the law,
And
smoke,
smoke
it anyway.
That's-
Just saying.
Yeah.
This is not an endorsement by INE, but
Well,
that's just my
I
opinion.
wonder, did he patent that? Is it his?
As far as I'm concerned, it is.
I mean, Paris Hilton was patenting all kinds of stupid shit. Like,
Well.
I'm hot. Oh, I'm gonna patent it.
Oh.
I'm hot.
Well, that's an interesting thing. So no one else can say it but the weed man.
Exactly. That's what he should do. Nobody can sell shirts with it on it, but the weed man.
Well,
So
then-
if the weed man makes up shirts to say, or if somebody else, if he has a patent and somebody else makes shirts to say, fuck the law, smoke it anyway, he could sue him, or he could get a percentage of those.
or maybe he
t-shirts.
could just be happy that his idea's getting out there and be done with it.
Well, maybe he
That
should be
sounds
making
a bit more
some
reasonable
money.
to me.
It's
No,
his
this is
idea.
America.
It's
This
his
is America,
idea.
man.
Maybe he should
We
be making
share
some
our
money.
ideas most of the
We're supposed to share everything. Sharing is beautiful.
Except if you don't have a card, then we can't share shit.
Sharing
Just
is
saying.
so beautiful. And I'd like to remind all the people in Trenton, hang out your windows. Open your windows.
High Witness News.
That was so
to us.
un-Jesus-like. You know, like, hey, let's break bread and Jesus juice and all that funny. No, not you.
Get your hands out there, boy.
What?
He's a Jew. He's not one of us.
Oh,
Wow, that
he's
was
one
kind
of those
mean, Cindy.
Juden.
It's my new identity here. I'm just total rebel, hater. Me. Total badass now. I'm just going total rogue because somebody stole my house.
Cindy
and I'm pissed.
the Hater.
Somebody
Star of High Witness News, INE.
Yes.
High Witness News with Cindy the
Oh
Hater.
my God, I can't. Oh, it's gonna be so cool.
I like this.
Me too.
So hang out your windows.
We got to think of some cool places.
I'm sick and tired,
for
and
High
I'm
Witness
not going
News
to
to
take
take us.
this anymore.
Maybe we'll send her up to Morristown to this place called Barini's that I know about. Oh,
I heard they got slimy pastrami.
What?
Oh,
what?
wow.
Slimy pastrami?
That's what I heard.
Nah.
Yep.
No, but for real, folks out in Radio
I heard they're
Land,
selling it
Barini's
out
World
the-
Market is the place to go in Morristown.
Yeah, they
A
sell
little
pastrami
plug
out.
for our friend Wayne. Wayne needs a plug. Well, you know what kind of plug he needs, right?
Pastrami. They sell them out the back door.
Ooh, back door pastrami, front door kielbasa. Mm-hmm.
Oh shit! Yeah, let me turn this on you.
Them's good eatings. I like it steamed.
All right, now
by
we're taking
Lefty.
over the Lefty's Stupid State House show live on Cindy's Facebook.
CMMNJ.org, SativaCross.com, MagicalButter.com, NewJerseyWeedman.com. Don't forget to go to Weedman's Party on August the 5th on Sunday. It's $42 to get in.
Be there.
Or you
Be
can
there.
just donate. Just give the money. If you can't make it, just give the money.
Just come on down. Just come on
But
down.
you should come.
Come on, then we're gonna have a good time.
UFCW Local 152, DavidVersusAutism.org, Medical-Freedom.com, New Jersey Grannies for Grass, JacksonStorms.com, Arlo Glass, OprahMachine.com, Pure Puff Vapor Supply, and
Our boy.
Sativa Crosswest.
Right on, Honeybee.
And funny, I gave my plug right before he started.
Like to dedicate this show or part of it to Danny Spots, my neighbor who died because he didn't have alternative medication except for narcotic pain medication.
Oh man, sad. When did
was
this
sad.
happen?
June 3rd.
Wow. Moment of silence. Another one. Okay, I guess we're gonna do the prayer. Is it that time? Is it?
Cheryl Miller used to come here to the State House. Anybody remember that?
Sure do. I remember Cheryl very well, and Jim.
What was Cheryl like to you?
Cheryl was incredibly compassionate, driven. She refused to take no for an answer, and she would be in an inordinate amount of discomfort and be able to bring herself to places like this and do battle for people like us today. She was thinking of the future. She knew her time was limited, and she used it to help others. And I have nothing but admiration for her and the dedication that Jim Miller has. Wonderful woman.
That's right.
Even when she had problems talking, her spirit was there. Her eyes were alive.
She couldn't even move her body. All she can move was her head.
That's right.
Barely.
That's sad. That's sad. How many years is it? 15? And it's still, right? How many years has it been?
Right around, maybe a little more almost.
And look how it's still affecting everybody. Yes.
But at least we have a program from
Yes.
pioneers like Jim and Cheryl Miller. Thank God for them. They
Yes.
started the ball rolling here.
Yeah. Other patients with MS can now get their cannabis.
Yes, because of people
be
like
free.
Jim, because, of Cheryl.
We no longer have to be slaves to fed meds and narcotic pain medication.
We still are, though.
We don't have to be. There is
We
an
don't have to
alternative.
be. Now we have an alternative, and they're still trying to fight us on it. They're still not giving us the rights that we were.
It's a give and take. It's not over yet, and we're not down.
We're not down, but
We're not down. We're not out. We're going to fight.
No doubt, it's all about the money. They don't care about us. What?
Sabina Rose was a 15-month-old baby. She died waiting for her cannabis card in the mail.
15 months old.
They sent Sabina to a doctor,
a psychiatrist at a year old. Part of the restrictions that Governor Christie put on it.
Yeah, psychiatrist.
So this little girl goes to visit a doctor. Cindy, if you were Sabina Rose, what would you say if I asked you, like, hey, hi, Sabina Rose, how are you today? Did you used to have a seizure this morning or no? Feel sick? Feel horrible? It was something like that. It would have went. I don't know what you would ask a 1-year-old baby. What do you ask? Maybe the doctor just went and just touched her on the head and touched her arms, charged her insurance a lot of fucking money.
Exactly.
Oh, I got to charge your insurance extra because, you know, she's a little baby and charge her extra.
Yeah.
Because you want marijuana? Oh, here's extra. I need extra. I mean, more.
Yeah. Maybe I have to make a relationship with this baby before I can give her her medical marijuana card.
Thousands of dollars from you. You want medical marijuana?
I have to build a relationship with this child right now before I can even issue her this referral for marijuana, even though she has severe seizures that can kill her.
And guess what? She's dead.
Yes, she died.
She's dead.
What was the seizure? 20 hours?
25 hours. So guess what? You did the wrong thing. You had the wrong.
Guess what?
thing.
This beautiful baby. I have the bumper sticker on the back on my stove. So I see it every single morning when I wake up. Every time I cook, it says Sabina Rose. This little baby. Her parents were coming here fighting for her rights, going and seeing the governor, crying and pleading for their child's life. And the governor didn't feel that this is Governor Christie. He didn't feel that this little girl, this beautiful little child, he didn't feel her life was worth it.
He didn't know we'd forget. We wouldn't forget either.
No.
We're not going to forget
sad.
Governor Christie.
It's sad. You know, I really liked him except for that. You know, that really broke my heart that he wouldn't consider the fact that, first of all, can't you just do a little, you know, footwork and, you know, study it a little bit? Look at some YouTube
he
videos,
got stomach stapling.
you know?
He got stomach stapling.
I mean, why would you deny anybody, let alone a baby, that, you know, this medicine is going to help her? It would have saved her life, you know. People need to get more educated because they think that only hippies and potheads smoke pot. Well, it's not just a bunch of hippies and potheads smoking pot. This is a plant. It grows on this planet for a reason. It's a medicine with multiple curing properties. It's got multiple healing and natural chemicals in here. And
Diane Ripatella.
yeah. People are dead because
Gracie,
this is not legal.
Cindy May, Marie, Jack, Jake, Joan Ford, Randy Robertson, Polly Connolly, Bill Buckman, Chad, Jeremy, Colette, Matt, Troy, Russ Perry, Roger Barber. We miss you, Roger. I hope everyone's doing okay. We got to check in on Jenny and then Laura. Jay Arletto, Ella Bagelman, Hattie Koshel, Jackie Rickard, Anthony, Armando, Felicia, Lynn, Dan, Marine Vet, Sean McKay, Joyce Fortini, Lori McBride. And Honeybee, the last name is yours, and I'm going to give the show over to you.
Well, the last name is my son, Michael Dillon. Can you turn down my microphone or whatever? I can hear me louder than myself. So he passed away 3 years ago from a drop seizure that could have been prevented by cannabis. And the sad thing about that is it wasn't easily accessible to him at that time. It still cost a lot of money. So if everyone can give 10% and help someone in need, you know, we'd have less heart, less people dying, and less people on this list. You know, that's not very much. 10% is not very much. Because a life is priceless. You know, I have to live without my son, and I'm in pain, and it hurts. And I don't wish that on anyone. Especially if we that are living can help someone else. Please help someone else.
Honor the dead by helping the living.
Right. It will make a difference. I don't want to have to put another person on this list knowing that someone is hurting because they're gone. But this list also helps me fight harder, do more, and give more. I appreciate my son on this list. And I hope that everyone can help someone, please, please. All right. Hashtag they shall grow. Can everyone say it with me? Hashtag.
Hashtag they shall grow.
They shall grow. They shall grow.
They shall grow.
Thank you.
They shall grow.
They shall grow not old, as we that are left grow old. Age shall not worry them, nor their years condemn. At the going down of the sun, and in the morning, we will remember them. We will remember them. Thanks, everyone, for showing up.